Yeah, we find her, the beautiful girl we've been missing. We wanna have her kissing. We find her, now we in love. Say Gosso, the remix.
DMB, Tuck Spice, remix.
Now if I had to lose you like a bad phone connection, I'd change my game to get a better reception. Sit back, let's start this interaction. Don't fight the feelings, just a chain reaction. Your heart won't give you the wrong instructions. Like my GPS, yes, I got the right direction. We gotta merge together like a road intersection. Last stop is gonna be my love and affection. I ain't like the mother dudes, they wanna call you shorty, but I'ma call you a beautiful girl. I took your picture home, my mama saw it, she's a very, very beautiful girl. I wanna put you in my video, cause you're so beautiful. You're a beautiful girl. So when you hear us on your radio, turn up your stereo. It's beautiful girl.
Gotta find a shorty, what's worth of a lady. It's nice, but maybe doesn't look like 40. It's taking a little time. I wasn't seeing no signs, any traces of my baby. Who's gonna be my baby? But I thought I'm gonna take my time. Within it took a long fine eye. I saw a shorty passing by. She's got this very pretty smile. He was right at the bus station. I tried to make a conversation, holding her arms, feeling so charmed. I felt this sensation. It's been a while that I've been trying to find a beautiful girl. Now I realize I found me a beautiful girl. She's a model, she's so fine. I just wanna take it by. Beautiful girl, sparkling eyes, a killing eye. I found me a beautiful girl.
My wish came true when I saw you, girl. God must have blessed me with your beauty, girl. Looking so right from your head to your toe, shaped like a cocoa bottle with a smile of a queen. My queen to be, you my destiny. Got a body of a goddess with your beauty, I'm impressed and I'm never in distress. Come on over and be mine. Been searching for a man and now all the cats keep looking to mine. With a sexy walk and a sexy talk, she must be from your planet called the sexy world. I know I ain't tripping, better yet I'm thinking put a ring on the finger, we look good together. Take your place in my heart with your beauty, I'ma say that I'll never turn away. Who would think I'm in love?
Such the way she smiles at me just really makes me weak. The way she speaks to me just really make me go so weak. Keep staring in her eyebrows. All I kept on saying is wow. Your beauty shines and breeze at night. All I really want in my life. Oh yeah. It's been a while that I've been trying. I found a beautiful girl. Fine brown eyes. I found me a beautiful girl. She's my model. She's so fine. I just wanna take it. Beautiful girl. Sparkling eyes, killing thigh. I found me a beautiful girl. Yeah, beautiful girl. What beautiful girl? Yeah. Beautiful girl.
Damn. Money. You seen her? Hot Ice. Have you seen her? LP. Have you seen her? I'ma go over to Tux Bites. I know you've probably seen her. He has a lot of beautiful girls with him. Tux, it's DMB, baby. Look.
Beautiful.
I look for a while, but I can't seem to find a beautiful girl so I can make her mine. Time after time, I've been searching for a while, but every girl I meet never seems worthwhile. What can I do? I pray to God for an answer. I feel pains in my heart like cancer, and when I find her, I'm gonna romance her. Lace up with presents and gifts. Call me Santa Claus. I make a heartbeat pause. That's my girl, homeboy, not yours. The girl of my dreams, she's more than I ever thought. Show me ass and picture. I think I'm getting punked. She's what I really want, so I'ma go get her. Since I'm a go getter, you know I'm gon' get her. And I will give her the world. Anything for my beautiful girl. Psych. Ooh,
It's been a while that I've been trying to find a beautiful girl. Fine, brown eyes. I found me a beautiful girl. She's my model, she's so fine. I just wanna take it. Beautiful girl. Sparkling eyes, killing time. I found a beautiful girl.
Girl, it's your love that I've been missing. I miss all your hugs, your touching and kissing. Make love on the floor, the couch in the kitchen. One love enough, we done enough.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, what's going on? Let me make sure you can hear me first of all. Oh, welcome back. Yes, I think so. How's everybody doing? Midday live. Yes, we do have a special guest. She's on her way down. All right, how's everybody doing? Good to see you. Let me see. Life with Natu is here. Good to see you. Life with Natu. I also have my sister Embassy here. Good to see you. I said you were here. Yeah. What did you say? The sound always make you feel some kind of way. My next man better be a music writer or composer at least. Okay. All right. Awesome. Welcome back. Yes, we have a fantastic set. We have some really cool things cooked up for you today, but let's while we're waiting for her, let's do some housekeeping rules really quickly. On your way in, do me a favor, let's ping everybody in right now. Okay, just hit that like button and share it and subscribe. If you hit the share button, you will see an array of options to share to. Let's ping everybody in. Let's not be selfish. Okay, my name is Ola. This is my Empire Pro Studios, of course, and over here we talk about right here on Men of Prestige, of course, but you know, today we're bringing in Lola and Ola. So we talk about relationships, we talk about self-power, social and emotional intelligence. Okay, we also talk about the heart of seduction and attraction. Then we talk about in and real love. Now let me spend a little time on that in and real love thing. There is in love experience, okay? Yes, particularly feelings. Yes, it doesn't last forever. It's an ups and down, it goes and come. The in love experience, you know, the butterflies, the stuff, both men and women, that kind of thing that you feel that you haven't necessarily thought all the way through. Why? Because you're still in the middle of life. This is a journey. Okay, but you feel good about being with this person, right? There's also the real love experience, which is a function of time. It's a function of experience. You have to. It's intentional. It's more intentional, not all the way, because it's also because that person has shown track records. Because obviously, you know, like a lot of people say, "Oh, real love," but you don't really know this person. I mean, you've known them for a few years. You've been dating. You got married. You went to the altar, doesn't mean you know them. Okay. Yes. So that's the kind of stuff that we talk about over here. So we do talk about both. There is in love, there is real love. I don't think real love really exists outside of some kind of structure, ideology, God that both of you subscribe to, something higher than yourself, something higher than the human beings involved, you know. So that's the in and the real love. There's a difference between the two. There is in love experience and there is real love experience. Okay, so it takes both, you know, to understand what's going on in real life if you want to experience romantic love. Okay, So yes, that's what you can hear me. Thank you. I appreciate that. So a couple of things that I want us to bring us up to speed while she's making her way down. Okay. You can download the book. The book is free. You can download it at loveandprestige.com. You can also book a coaching session from there if you need more of a personalized, customized coaching session for your own story. Everyone's story is different. Unfortunately, we have to kind of generalize extensively. Yes, that's still because I'm not talking about people's particulars. So you want to take everything I say with a grain of salt, a pinch of salt, because they may not necessarily apply directly to you. You can learn a lot from it. We can learn a lot from each other, but they don't necessarily apply to you personally. Okay. And by the way, you want to make sure you join the notification gang on WhatsApp. That link works. Okay. Just want to make sure you go through a browser. You go to www.lolaandlola.com/WhatsApp. Okay, and if that doesn't work, you can send a WhatsApp text to this number as well. But try different browsers. Try that. Either way, it works. Okay, I'm bringing it up to speed. This opportunity to do some housekeeping rules. Okay, before she comes down. Okay, these are the basic human needs. No matter how much people cap back and forth. They think this is what works, this doesn't work. All of us, at the end of the day, we need just a few things. Okay, certainty, variety, significance, connection, growth, and contribution. Okay, particularly at emotional levels, these are our needs. Okay, there's nothing else outside of this. Just want you to know that. Okay, all right. What else are we bringing? Come in, baby. All right, she's here. She made it. Earphones. Yeah. Yep. What else do I want to bring? These are the 4 points focus here: friendship, success, expectations, pride. These are the things you want. These are your leverage points here. Nothing else. Everything else is useless if you don't understand these 4 things first. Okay. Now today, obviously, we'll be talking about within the context of marriage. Let me make sure this is not blocking you. How do you feel, baby? How you feeling?
Good.
All right, good. We have her here. Coming closer a little bit. All right.
Am I good?
We need to build a studio for both of us. All right, good. Oh, yeah, that's awesome. All right, good. So obviously we talk about marriage. These are the 7 purposes of marriage right here: romance, companionship. It's a touch screen, by the way. Companionship, family, legacy, multiply, nation building. Yes. Legal life hack. Your life becomes hella easier if you can find you a good woman, find you a good man. Okay. It's easier said than done, but that's why we're having these conversations. And these are the poisons of romantic relationships: shame, insult, blame, guilt. You okay? Just leave it. Mm-hmm. Shame, insult, guilt, blame, fault, judgment, condemnation, guilt, discrete logic. Lame people always want everything to come in the form of yes and no. That's why they struggle. Okay. There are nuances: sarcasm, condescension. Obviously, that's part of our lives, but you just need to be aware that can absolutely destroy your opportunities. Then right and wrong obsessed. Okay. Another way of saying that is anti-seducers. Brutes. The brute, no patience, suffocator, neediness, needy behavior. If you're a needy person, you go collect. Moralizer, the moral police, the cheap person, tight word. Bumbler, the weird self-conscious person. Windbag, talkative. Reactor, triggered, vulgarian, the vulgar person is continue to wonder why nobody wants him or her. but it's right there in your face. No self-control. Have a need to be right. An extreme need to be right. All right. But like I said again, that was a good way. I just wanted to bring us up to speed. You know, can you hear? You can hear it, right?
Yeah.
Can you hear the music? All right, good. Just want to make sure you can hear. But anyway, if you're wondering why, well, first of all, this is our special guest. This is Lola. This is my beautiful wife right here. You are a special guest, of course, you know. But why is it that it took her 15 minutes? I don't want to call it out. Wait. There's only one reason for it. Okay. All right. Let's just start. We don't need to make too much noise around that, you know. All right. Let me see.
Call you out, so.
Somebody's being dragged already in the chat. So let me see. Here. So let's see. It's probably some children in the chat. Let's see. Patricia, good to see you, Patricia. Welcome, Patricia. Shola says, "Oh boy, why you dey yarn about Kirwa? You know, Sabi how to do I knew it. I knew there was a child on the chat. Where did you talk about that? Wahala. Sounds like we have a troll here. You know, yeah. There's 3 strikes. If they continue, you know what to do if you're the mods, okay? Yes, Shola, don't start trouble. Anyway, Natu, have fun. How you doing? Patricia, good to see you. Right? Akin says, no mind them. He don't talk coach like in Egbon APC Bishop. Yeah, trolls. They've been here for day 1. Oh my show. I appreciate you, gentlemen. But let's get serious a little bit. Let's see. The queen is here. Yes, she is. Thank you, Mbasi. Good to see you. We have a few things to cover today. Yeah, you have a few things to cover today. Let's get into it. Yeah. What happened? You're looking at comments.
Someone said that you know Bioyibo.
Let me see.
Phonetics.
Oh, yeah. May God help us. Leave Obirin alone. Not to say make her leave Obirin alone.
Abi, thank you, Nato.
The
story of Obirin is not complete without a man. Okay?
Let's get this camera right too. So okay. All right, good. So the first thing we want to talk about, the title. The title is Marriage, Sex, Family Becoming Obsolete. That's the first question I have for you, babe, today. Is marriage, sex. Now, the reason why I'm asking, personally, I'm sure you've seen some of these conversations too, right? The reason why I'm asking personally is because there's a lot of conversation going around. Women saying they don't need no man. Men saying they're going their own way. Obviously, we don't subscribe to that nonsense. But maybe we're delusional. Maybe we don't know what's going on out there. We've been doing this for how long?
Let me think.
Marriage, or which one do you want to count? You want to count marriage or since we've been dating? Which one?
It's been how many years? Let me see.
Which
2023?
One? Which one do you want to count?
20 years of knowing you.
20 years. So it's going to be 20 years in 1 month. November?
No.
Thanksgiving.
Yes.
Yeah.
November, Thanksgiving.
Mm-hmm.
Facts.
Yeah. So let me make sure that this thing is proper. There you go.
Yeah, this camera.
Yeah, because the thing will be coming on the screen. We don't want to. Hold on 1 second. It's okay. We're good. We're family here. It's a Prestige family. We can move things around until it's right. All right, good. But yes, this is our Lola and Ola series. We'll be dumping them in, over at Lola and Ola. You can go ahead and follow Lola and Ola on YouTube. We dump everything over there in chunks. Okay. So 20 years to know each other and married. It's gonna be 16 years this year. All right.
Yes.
Good. So is marriage, sex, family becoming obsolete? Are we the old school here? What's going on? People are struggling with the dating scene. What are your thoughts around this, babe?
I don't know where to start from.
You don't know where to start
Which
from?
is the first question? Is marriage?
Let's start with yes or no.
Is it marriage, sex, that means marriage, sex, separately, right? And family becoming.
You can do it
obsolete.
separately, you can do it all the same. I just think if you're avoiding marriage, you better avoid sex too, because if you're living in the Western world, you will still collect.
Well, I
Doesn't
think
matter.
that I still see a lot of married people. Now, this could be my own circle.
Right.
So, but I hear a lot of noise. Yoruba people say ariwoja, like a noise in the market.
Right.
Like marriage is going extinct, like people are not getting married. I think it depends on who you're following. Like, just like the algorithm, you know, it depends on your circle, it depends on what you surround yourself with. So for me, I don't think marriage is going obsolete.
You don't think so?
I don't think so, until all the marriages around me scatter. And
All
I
of
don't
them.
see-
You have to wait until they all scatter.
And I don't see people getting married anymore. People still getting married. People are still doing big weddings, excessive weddings out there. So I cannot speak on that. Okay, I don't have any percentages. As per sex, a lot of people are having casual sex. Like, am I the only one in this world? Like, people are still sleeping with each other like rabbits.
They
Now,
are.
are you talking about sex outside of marriage or sex inside marriage?
Sex period.
I think people can't do without having sex. Sex is a thing. It's always gonna happen. Now, maybe
I feel like maybe I'm exaggerating. Maybe I'm being condescending, but I'm trying to get something out of this conversation, right? I feel like a lot of people are, I think they are low key fantasizing about the idea of not needing each other. You know, so obviously it starts from sex, but then in other aspects of life that you actually need each other. You know, like I said, marriage is it's actually a legal life hack in most developed societies.
right.
Yeah.
But I feel like this is how I feel now. I feel like Ariwoja. Like, it's just noise, because at the end of the day, I still see people. Even there are people that go out there and say, I don't need a man. But then you see them from one relationship to another relationship. Like, I need to see actions. Until I see actions, then I believe what people say. But if I don't see action, I don't believe what people say. Because all of us can run our mouth. At the end of the day, is what we do that matters.
Right.
So, again, family structure, I think maybe I have seen that that's a little bit different right now.
Okay, so you're saying people are still having sex? People are getting married, which is
People are
not the same
getting
thing as marriage, because you can get married and not have a marriage. Right?
True, you can be
It's a
lonely
wedding.
in a marriage.
That's one, but you
Yeah.
can also just do a wedding and you really didn't want to be in the marriage.
Right.
So, but let's just say, okay, marriage, people are still at least trying to do it.
Right.
Family structure, what were you
The
saying?
family structure part, I have noticed that has changed quite a bit. Like
In what ways?
Now we have a lot of people that are also separating. So, you know, which makes people single fathers, single mothers, children going from one house to the other house. So basically coming out of two households.
Okay.
So things are a little different. It creates confusion for the kids.
For the kids.
Yeah. So I have seen that change. Like, people are now talking a lot about two-parenthood houses. Like, we have to be intentional about it. You know, put the emotions aside. And I feel like you could tell sometimes when you see a kid that has structure and a kid that does not have structure.
Right.
So,
So some people, out of circumstances,
which is not their fault, you know.
Right.
Wherever you
They-
find
they-
yourself in life,
they have to
know?
find themselves in that situation.
in that
where,
situation.
Right. It could be because.
I mean, look at Tyrese and his wife now. So,
Right.
I don't know the
Right.
story, but they are where they are right now.
Yeah.
And that poor kid is going to be the one
I think
to
kids.
carry the kids,
Yeah.
the burden of that separation.
Yeah.
It does affect children, but
Yes, so anyway, hit that like button. Thank you. Hit that like button as you're coming in. Ping everyone else into the room. Just hit the like button. Let's make sure we're missing at least 5 likes. So please go ahead and hit that like button. All right. So now the thing is this. Is marriage, sex, family becoming obsolete? Obsolete is a reach, it's a stretch.
It's so extreme.
Yes, extreme. But however, are people slowing down on it? Yes. At least not in
Do
the
you
way.
think they are intentionally slowing down?
It's okay. So it's weird. There are two ways about it. Okay. There's number one, lack of competence. They actually want it, but they are struggling with making it happen, or they end up in it and they end up outside of it because they just wake up one day, they are no longer friends, they're no longer, at least one person is not interested anymore, and they pull the plugs, right? So we know the stats. Men will check out long before they actually pull the trigger. They may never pull the trigger on the divorce. Women, 80% of the divorces are initiated by women, right? Because at some point they are realizing they have options, they have choices. So they don't necessarily, because a man can still have his freedom living in a marriage that he's not really interested in mentally.
Yeah, the
Right.
world allows that, but
Yes.
it doesn't allow that for a woman, which
Yes.
is quite unfortunate.
Right. So a woman will actually have to, in order for her to actually move on, at least mentally and emotionally, she will have to pull the plug completely on the
Right.
on the
In
marriage.
order to move on.
Because
with
she
her
doesn't, a typical woman, I'm not talking about your old shows that you're following on Instagram. A typical woman don't necessarily want to be roaming around the streets or seem like
Of
she's
course.
roaming around the streets and she's still married to another person, you know. So because of that, people are struggling in staying in the marriage because of lack of competence on all sides. If I have to put it on one side, if I have to, it's definitely the men, because they want to be leaders. So if you want to be leaders, to whom much is given, much is expected, you will have to kind of assume the responsibility, not the fault, not blaming yourself, but the responsibility of why we're where we are today. So I do think that both consciously, subconsciously, and maybe unconsciously, it is getting closer in the direction of obsolete. Obsolete is an extreme word, but it's slowing down.
It's slowing down.
There might need, if in fact we naturally need to have a family structure, if it's a natural thing, there has to be some kind of reset. To go in cycle,
I agree.
they will start slowing down and they will realize that, oh, our society is bad for this, and then they will come back. With that, there will be casualties. There will be people that just need to buy a dog and understand they're going to be lonely for a while. You know, there's going to be people that will have children that, you know, will to have an effect on them. You know, on how they and who they become in society today. Because there are studies that show that children are better off being raised in a two-parent household. And if for some circumstantial reasons you don't have that luxury, maybe you, out of self-preservation, you exited a marriage, or you find yourself divorced for whatever reason, you just need to make sure that you have other ways of mitigating against this. You know, because before you know it, children are, what they see is what they're learning from the most.
That's the way they learn.
So you can tell them that you need to marry, but if they're looking at you and you don't represent that, then you need to be aware. Awareness is key. That's a thing you need to kind of find a way to mitigate, maybe by finding a family member on the other side of the family of the family of who created the baby, and finding like an uncle who comes off as a fatherly figure, somebody can spend some time with. Or let's say it's the other side, your single father, which is almost never really happens. They try to act like it's a common thing. It's not. Okay, most of the people, most single parent household is mothers taking care of those children.
Right, like the fathers just up and leave and then continue their life somewhere else.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So it's if you happen to be one of the exceptions, you're a single father, you know, who ended up with your baby.
Right.
You need to understand that your baby needs to have some kind of motherly figure or some sort they can see what that looks like.
Right.
You know, not because we're trying to get you to conform to society, it's because you're part of society. You're a social being. You know, you're a social being, and you can't escape being a social being. The rules that guide our lives is social in nature, right? So what we call the norm is what you see around you for the most part.
Yes.
So now, if what I said is completely wrong, I'm okay with it, then that means we are resetting social constructs. Like it's changing. And, you know, so it's neither right nor wrong. It's just something to be aware of. If your children are going to operate in the society we live in, they are expected to move a certain way, so that they're not coming off as awkward in society, you know. Because if they come off as awkward in society, nobody's gonna want to mess with them, even professionally. That's the reality. Nobody wants to, like, that's kind of weird. What do we call weird? It's not right or wrong. It's like this one is acting.
This one is off.
It's a little strange.
Like,
this one's off, you know.
It's just off.
Yeah. So yeah. Let me see what's going on here. I don't think I have. Let me see. Yeah.
I'm still dragging people in the comment section.
Yeah, we're gonna have to do something about that real quickly. Natu, you did there? Just tell me if you did there real quickly.
Natu is here.
Yeah, hold on 1 second. Natu, just tell me you did there. Okay, I see Tima is there as well. Okay, let's handle that really quickly. You see, when people let's talk about, what do you understand as power, baby? Let's add that to the conversation. What do we understand? Because I always like to take moment by moment stuff as a lesson. What do you understand as power from a woman's standpoint, from being in this marriage with me, being my best friend, right? What do you understand as power? You know, just off the top of your head, what is it that you understand as power?
I think power is the ability. You have to be able to observe people. You have to see what their weak points are. Like, as a woman, for me, for example, in order to be able to seduce a man, I have to know what gets him. And as someone that has power, you can't run your mouth. Like, people can't know your next move. They can't be able to tell what you're thinking. So you also have to be unpredictable. In a way, like a chameleon.
You have to be unpredictable.
You have to be very unpredictable. Because
like
how
a
you gonna
chameleon.
get someone?
See, the chameleon word is almost carrying like a negative word these
People
days.
say it's negative,
but it's not necessarily negative.
It's not always
if
negative.
if you're not just being that from a place of weakness.
Right.
Yeah.
So you have to be able to play your cards, because in this life, I always tell people we're all playing games at the end of the day.
This is a game.
When a chess game, you have to know when to be smart. You have to know when to be a mumu.
Right.
Because power is also being able to control yourself.
Self-control. It's like it's almost like the first step.
Right.
In order to identify your power, you have to understand self before you try to understand other people.
And you know, because you're a human, you might be in places where you feel like you're about to lose your cool.
Tima and Natsu, you do have power now. 3 strikes. Okay? 3 strikes, you get rid of them. Not get rid, actually silence is better. I like that. Yeah, you just silence time out.
It's golden.
Oh, it's better. Imagine you had the power to silence people, right? You know, that's one of the things that a lot of lame men don't understand in this time and age. You see your name just turned blue, Embassy. There you see how power works, right? Now you can silence a moron. Look at that, Natu. Wala, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you can silence morons, absolutely. But power, self-awareness, self-consciousness,
observation.
You know, obviously, social skills, right? You enter a room, you need to know how to read a room, right? You just want to tell the truth, you know. We're not even talking about trolls right now. We're talking about people that actually feel like they want to tell the truth, right? Okay, we have another subtopic coming up about that we need to cover in terms of telling the truth. But yes, I absolutely agree that I don't think you need to stress too much on that, because I want to get into the other rest of the subtopic. Power is self-control. It's literally everything. It's everything. So yeah, shout out to all 17 people watching us right now, including the trolls. I appreciate you. Let's do this. What else? Everything good?
Yep.
Okay. So the second thing that I wanted to talk about.
Don't picking in the comment section.
Yeah, I have to make a gracious greatness. I have to make him. I have to make him a mod as well. Yeah. I need to control what's going on here. Just make sure. Yep. It's let's see here. Let's see. I'm gonna grab the next topic. Let me grab the next topic. This exciting. 1 second. Open file. Let's go here. Open file. Let's see. Let's see. Pardon me, everybody. We're almost there. Okay, there are 2 of them. 2 of them. This one right here. Okay, there you go. Boom. All right, I'm gonna share my screen right now. It's better that I do it that way because yeah, there you go. There you go. Perfect. Let's do it this way. No, not that one. Yeah, that one. That one works. Is she blood? No. Let's talk about this one right here. But before we talk about it, let's just pay some quick bill. We'll be right back. Some bills. All right, welcome back. Is she blood? No. I'm talking about you, baby. That's why I put your picture up.
Oh, am I blood?
Are you blood?
It's a jump
you
question.
you be blood?
Don't we look alike?
Are you my blood? Let's do sign. Do we do signs? We don't have
We
sign.
don't have any signs, Jerry.
Blood. Are we blood?
Don't harass me.
Yeah.
Am I blood?
Are you blood? Mm-hmm.
You know, Yoruba people will say, and pardon me, guys, I will always say Yoruba proverbs because I'm a Yoruba girl and I so much like our proverbs. Anyway, Yoruba people will say, Tí ewé bá pẹ́
Lára ọṣẹ.
ó máa ń di ọṣẹ ni.
Oh my dear Shani.
Okay, baby, can you subtitle that?
Ha! Jesus. How would you want to do me like
Feel
this?
free to use Yoruba English.
Why would you want to do me like this? Are you family? Tí ewé bá pẹ́ lára ọṣẹ. The direct translation, okay, it's kind of still loose, is when leaf spend a lot of time around soap.
Like it.
I don't know.
Interwoven.
The Yoruba scholars will come and murder me here. If they become the same essentially. You know, another way of saying it. Have you ever heard of those people that say those husband and wife they look alike?
What? I know a lot of people that look alike.
Way too many. Way too many, right?
Yeah.
That we know that look alike, right? So it's I guess that's what you're trying to say. Like
What I'm saying is, I'm blood regardless, and I don't have to have your blood inside me. But it's already in your blood. I have kids for you, but I'm not your blood. Like, really, what is it gonna take for a woman to be a man's blood? I know everything that you do.
What they're saying. Let me answer your question. Was it a rhetorical question?
I know how to get you if I want to get you. Like,
No, your question. Let's go back to your question. Based off the answer they're giving us,
right?
what is it gonna take for a woman to
Be blood, to become your blood.
She has to be his mother.
I'm sorry. At the end of the day, you can carry away your mama. So if you can't carry away your mom, that's out of the question. Let me tell you, the funny thing is, I even know you well past your mom. No disrespect to my mom-in-law.
Hey,
she's awesome.
voila.
Because the part of Ola that I know, she would never know. Are you kidding me? Like how do you say it? Is it purpose for women or men?
It's purpose for women, I think.
Okay, so
It's
what's meant?
prick.
Is in my hand.
Oh,
Nami
my
know-
prick is in your hand.
Yeah.
Voila, wow.
Nami know how to get. I know how to get you. Is my point.
Hey.
You sleep next to a woman every day, and you know.
Voila,
You know how men are. Once they are asleep next to a woman, their life is gone. If that woman wants to take you out, she can take you out.
Jesus.
That's how powerful a woman is. So if you ask me if I'm your blood, it makes no sense. I am your blood. I've been with you for 20 years. I know how you operate. I know literally everything about you. Except if you've never told me that part of you. Maybe you have something that's secretive that I don't know. I don't know. but I know most things about you.
Yeah, I think so.
Your mom knows you as a child.
I think
She knew you as a child. She raised you to a certain age. Mommy will never know the past 20 years of her life. Everything she sees is on the surface.
Yeah.
She doesn't know how you are with me.
Well, I'm 43 now, and the only thing she probably knows, intimately like that, the way you know today, about me will probably be the first 18 years of my life. What's 18 minus 43?
At that time, Seth, you don't even know yourself, bro.
No.
Do you know yourself at 18?
In fact, that takes me to the next part. That takes me to the next part of the conversation, right? It's like this, like everything I know about myself right now is probably about all you can know, maybe a little less. Because even I don't know myself all the way through, right? Because we're always getting to know ourselves as individuals.
We keep learning about
the rest
ourselves.
of our lives.
Yeah.
Because I haven't been in every situation, crisis. I don't know how I will react to certain. I just don't know that, because that's the limitations of being a human being, right? So, so imagine I haven't lived with my mother since about 25 years ago. Now as a child, she doesn't know some bad behaviors that I have engaged in. The only thing she knows, she doesn't know much, And in terms of emotionally speaking, how I react emotionally to a romantic relationship, she doesn't know. The only thing she knows is that Ola who she raised, which is a lot too, right?
My baby boy, my saint. He can't do no wrong.
Right.
I mean, for me too. My mom and my dad will always say, "Oh my God, Damola is the most gentle soul."
Right. And then me, I'm looking at it like
they're comparing me to my siblings. I'm very quiet. I'm the most quiet.
They say you don't talk, and I'm like,
they say I don't talk. But this guy right here is the only one capable of making me talk.
What?
In fact, if I go anywhere and people want to engage me, like maybe you're getting nasty and negative with me, I don't engage, because I'm like, why am I even getting in this with you? I'm not in a relationship with you. That's how I say it. You don't deserve me at all.
Yeah.
But the only reason why we will get there to that high and that low is because we're together.
Yeah.
Only you are capable of bringing certain things out of me. There are things that I would do and I'm like, oh shit, I can't believe I did that. Oh my God, this guy got me there.
Yeah, so vice versa. There are certain reactions you get out of me that no one else can get that out of me. Not my mother, not my, what happened? The screen, Lola, you're already getting him right now. See how Ola leaned his head all the way back. If you know, you know.
You know, exactly. You get it. Some people will never get it, Sha.
I'll let you have that, Mbasi. I'll let you have that. But it's true though. It's true, listen, obviously, I say people that say I do, you don't know what you're doing.
Right? I have no clue.
But you're getting to know each other as time goes on. Literally. Not only each other, you're getting to know yourself as time goes on too, right? So it's not just marriage. Even if you're a single person, you choose like, okay, well, men are going their own way, women are going their own way. If you have to, if you have to survive in this life,
the women are going their way. I can still understand a little bit,
right?
But the men are going their way,
right?
It's going to be disastrous.
You're about to change topic on me? Is that what you're trying to do? Yeah, go ahead.
It's going to be a bunch of angry men.
Yeah, that's not. We don't want that. We don't want angry men in our society.
You don't want that. It's gonna be disastrous.
It's not good for all of us. But yes, you're right about that. So even at that, right? If you have to go to work, you have to deal with people at a professional level and stuff like that. Yeah. They can provoke certain behavior out of you that you never knew was there, right? How much more a person. But back to the topic: are you family? Are you blood? Right? People say somebody came on a stage on Clubhouse and said, "Oh, that two people are going to become one." That will never happen. That's not realistic. That's precisely what's going to happen. You see, this is why there are women talk like this too, but they're all lame. Okay, that's exactly what is going to happen. You're going to literally become one with another person.
You're already sharing all that, everything with them.
Right.
Your body, your soul. You're bearing your soul. You're like, you're being tied in that moment.
Even if you're enemies with the person you live with. The reason why you are enemies and you resent each other is because you are one. The way they move affects
It does affect
how you feel. Right? I understand that when you get stuck in a lame mindset, lame meaning lack of game. Okay? I don't mean any insult. Maybe small.
I mean, we all have to have game.
You know, lack of
you have to
game.
learn it.
When we're talking about everything outside of tangible physical, which is the majority of what's the driving force behind what we're talking about, behind relationships. It's basically how you feel. Okay, that's what it comes down to, how you feel. Okay, so if you understand that, then maybe it should be easier for you to understand the feelings, the stuff that you don't see. All right, you literally precisely become one once you get into not even marriage. You don't have to wait until marriage. Once you have sex at an intimate level with another human being, you become one. It doesn't mean you stay one forever.
Yep.
But you become one. They affect everything, how you move. They influence more like everything. That's what it means that you become one. So if you're going to be intentional about life, wouldn't it make sense to first of all acknowledge that that's just the truth? Even if you want to push back against it a little bit, right? You need to first of all acknowledge that this is the reality.
I think that's the problem. A lot of people don't want to acknowledge. And when you acknowledge things, you kind of feel very free. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. Because at the end of the day, you know you're human.
Yeah.
But if you want to come from a place of perfection, that's when you fail to acknowledge or relate with other people. You know, everyone has stinky shit.
Yep.
It's just how we package it. Okay? Yep. I won't bring my own.
You see how pretty she looks? If she farts, hey.
Why would you throw me under the bus like
that? Hey, Bessie.
You're farting, fat storming. Kill ourselves with fat.
Listen, okay. You want to become one. You're not family. You're lame if you talk like that. That's what it is. You lack game. It's not just because of disagreement with that point. That mindset, right, would drive the rest of that relationship. Okay? That mindset would tamper with the relationship, the health of the relationship. You need to first of all acknowledge, okay? You need to first of all acknowledge that you will become one with the person that you're trying to do life with, especially, right? But not just that, even when you have sex at an intimate level. I understand that men can, do kerewa and not be emotionally attached, but most of the men listening to this are not that guy. You're not that guy. See, I can see further than them.
It's not that easy.
Yeah, you're not that player. You're looking for a woman to fall in love with you, and you want to do life with them. That's why you come off as angry when you're having this conversation. Okay, it's passionate for you. It's something. Majority of the men that may fall on the other side, maybe the players, the cheater, the consistent cheaters, they tend not to be in this conversation. They don't give a shit.
But I also have a void. Like, you just don't cheat for no reason. There's something. There's something you're looking for.
Right.
It's making you do
no,
what
serial
you're doing.
cheaters. That's a different topic, right? If a person is cheating with that one chick for 5 years, like Montel-ish type of deal, right? That's not necessarily, it could be, but it's not necessarily a player who just wants to sleep around.
It's just cheating on his wife, but he's cheating with that one person.
With that one person.
But the people that have multiples,
yeah, that's that person is probably.
Their issues are deeper.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
The issue is deeper. And that issue is more so of your self-respect. Why are you tolerating that? Why are you in that situation? Clearly they don't value that relationship.
They don't even value themselves.
They don't value themselves. How can they value that relationship? How can they value you? So it's it's a little bit different. Anything you wanted to add onto this, babe, before we continue? Are you family? Are you blood?
Ask me again. Another 10 years.
Yeah. I think the issue here is that there's a lot of things we want to say. We say it that way because we want it to drive your mindset. Your mother, gentlemen, is the queen mother. She's on a
queen mother.
completely different lane from your queen. Right? You don't have to mix those two together. They don't go. So you now go and say, oh, she's the only one that can love you. You're lying. Those are two different types of quote unquote love, right? And I don't know why you would want to marry a person that you don't feel like love you almost, if not more than the level of a mother, or at least two different lanes. Why would you want to do life with a person you don't feel loves
That you don't trust.
Where's your self-respect? Where's your self-esteem? Why would you marry a person that you don't feel loves you? Oh, I know why. Because Allah is good to collect. You will learn that women know you're going to be lonely for a long time with that mindset. Okay?
And that's the sad part about people who project. You can tell when people are hurt.
Yeah.
They start to think from that direction only.
Yeah.
They can't even think outside of the box.
Yep.
And Life Natu said, that means your mother is not your father's blood too.
That means your mother is not your father's
Abi?
blood too. Yeah, it goes deeper than the
you
lame
kidding me?
statement itself.
Yeah.
Like it goes deeper. That means she created those children with you, right? Hopefully, right? She created those children with you, and you're still telling yourself that this person is literally not family. You're not saying they're not family, they're lovers. You're saying they're your enemy. You're saying you see them as a potential enemy. Do you realize that that's going to drive your behavior? You know, there's a part of you that give into that relationship. That's going to drive your efforts to give or not to give into that relationship. I know you're stuck on the prenup conversation, right? You want to play defense. You don't want some random woman to come and steal half of your assets. But do you realize that majority of people engaged in these prenup conversations are actually broke?
They don't even have money.
When I say broke, they make less than $300,000 a year. Okay, so just because you make $250, $200 doesn't mean you're not broke. I mean, all you need is a lifestyle and one lost paycheck, and you're in the muds. You're not that guy. You're not Dangote. So majority of you are not broke, but not wealthy. Okay, you're not wealthy. That doesn't mean you shouldn't sign prenup. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying if you're obsessed with that prenup conversation, I think your issues are deeper.
It is.
Yeah, your issues are deeper. I think it's fear. And I understand. I acknowledge it. It's fear that's speaking. Your woman is not your family. That's fear talking. Okay, just look closer inside. Look deeper. You're talking from a place of fear. And this type of fear, where the fear is can be a good motivator. It can make you,
push you.
You know, it can make you do things the right way. But
and
fear
also destroy everything.
Fear when it comes to a romantic relationship, you're better off staying single. You have a better quality of life. You punish yourself, not just punishing the other person and your kids. You will punish yourself going into a romantic relationship with that mindset, coming from a place of fear. Life and as that means your mother is not your father blood too. Yeah, it's a vicious cycle. That mindset will create an unnecessary vicious cycle, you know. So yes, let's pay a little bill. We'll be right back. All right, so you were telling us that you feel so good. Let me show your face properly here. You said you feel. Why do you feel strong? You feel good again? You feel good because
I walked out today.
You walked out today. This is what they hear, and these men will tell me, "Oh, you're just lucky to find a woman who can work out."
What? That's crazy.
Did I have any part to play in you walking out today?
Nope.
No.
I did it for me.
Is that why they say I'm lucky?
When people say that you are lucky, it kind of makes it, I think it can be very belittling. in my opinion.
Yeah.
It's not as if I don't believe in luck, but I also believe that you have to do the work to get whatever you deserve. So when people say you're lucky, that's them trying to undermine what you have going on.
Yeah. And also, I think it's an attempt to discount.
Yeah, of course.
To discount attraction.
It is.
The idea that the way I move as a man, right?
Right.
It's you're attracting it. There's a part of hold on 1 second, let me turn this thing back on. All right, good.
Are you happy with the position right now, baby? Are you too obsessed?
No, because
with this
it's a different. It's two of us now. So I want to make sure that they can see your face. Sorry, baby. Ojulorowa, right?
Okay.
So it's an attraction dynamics that's always playing a role. All right. There's a reason why you haven't lost yourself. Why you feel the need to better yourself from time to time. You know, that has a lot to do with me, how I move. And vice versa. There's a reason why I don't want to lose myself. I want to, and there's something you're doing to attract that in a partner.
Right.
You call it influence. You can think about it deeper than that and see if we can make something out of it, you know. But I think that's but yes, speaking of F them kids. Right, let me play this right now.
Yes.
Let's see. I'm gonna play this video. Voila. I'm so angry right now. All right, so you posted this video.
I love that video.
On Lola and Ola on IG. Make sure you're following Lola and Ola on IG, by the way. She posts all these funny videos from time to time, and I just laugh when I see them, you know. But this baby is clearly disrespectful.
How is it disrespectful? It's a baby.
This baby, I can relate. Okay.
What? The baby wants what the baby wants. If you know that you're not ready to have kids, why did you have them? You have to share your time.
I had them because of legacy.
Because of what?
Legacy.
So you're not ready for the legacy beauty.
So they can continue my legacy, not take over my wife. Right? Not take over. But I want to know what thoughts was going through your mind when you decided to post this.
I just love it. I thought it was so cute.
It's not funny to me.
I'm sure it's not funny to a lot of men.
I don't find it funny.
They can relate to that, but for me, I thought it was hilarious. That's a baby for you. That baby can't talk. The baby can't walk. He can't do anything. The only way he can get what he wants is crying and pushing the father like he did. That's his power dynamic right there.
I think babies should not last more than 3 months
Larry.
in our bed.
What? That's unrealistic. What you need to do is train men how to have some patience with their wives, how to empathize. Imagine, baby wants mommy.
Okay.
Daddy wants mommy. Mommy is tired. She's exhausted, but she's still giving to these two people.
Okay. Let's do division of labor.
Is it mom? Look, I have to shout out all the mothers. Mothers are great. That's all I can say.
What we're going to do is do division of labor. That's what we should do.
Oh, yeah, divide it.
Let's do division of labor. Okay. I will focus on sharing with men patience, like you said.
Please share.
You will focus on educating this woman about what kind of toll it takes on a man.
So,
if any at all. First of all, tell us, do you think it takes a toll on a man?
Of course. It takes a toll.
Elaborate.
It takes a toll on the man. I remember going to a baby shower. Mm-hmm. And anytime I want to give advice to mommies and daddies, sometimes I just focus on mommies and say, this is gonna be rough, but you get it. Always ask for help when you need it. That way you don't lose yourself. But most importantly, out of all this advice I'm giving you, make sure you guys keep taking care of each other. Why? Because it's very important.
Right. Who do you think need that advice the most? Men or women? Husband or wives? It's not a trick question. Just tell me how you feel.
I focus on women when I say that.
You focus on women?
When I say that.
Right.
So I say that because I know there will be times that as a woman, you're so tired. You can't do it. You're not even in the mood. Because to be honest with you, when our babies are little, and when me and you come together and you're touchy-feely on my boobs, I feel a little disgusted.
Now they know I love boobs. I think they know that already.
You know why I feel that? I feel like you're tampering with the baby's milk in that moment. Yeah.
You see?
And I used to tell you, baby, no.
You see where the title came from?
Leave that part alone. Every other part.
You see where the title came from now, eh?
Yeah, because in that moment, you're feeling like, oh, this is my baby's food. Why are you touching that? Give me time to finish breastfeeding before you start.
How much time exactly are we talking about?
You know how they promote breastfeeding for children,
which is
in today's world,
which is a scam.
I think.
But
What do you mean it's a scam? It's good. It's good for your kids.
It's only a scam until they take over. Let me listen. Continue. I'm listening to you.
6 months is good enough. I think 6 months is fair.
See, I think children are narcissistic. I mean, just look at that baby. Okay.
That baby can't talk. The only way he can stand for himself is doing what he did. That he can communicate. He doesn't know any other way to communicate because you won't understand him. He was crying. Daddy didn't care. So he literally had to pull daddy's hair back and say, dude.
No, daddy cares enough to feed that damn baby. I'm talking about something else entirely.
I can feed that damn baby. This is your baby. We're talking about
him. My damn baby, right?
Can you imagine?
Yeah. Jesus Christ.
Human beings are very selfish. I think men can be pretty selfish at times. And I feel like men can be very entitled. They can't even share in that moment. All this, your baby needs 6 months for breast milk. Yes, it's a sacrifice.
Different from bad blue.
I had to sacrifice my whole body to carry our baby for 9 months. I lost my shape. I lost everything let me speak. My hormones were jacked up just because of this sacrifice I'm making for our family legacy. Now, the baby came out full term. No disease, no wahala. Now you cannot wait come on 6 months. You can't do that.
Halfway.
That little 6 months.
Halfway.
So that our baby is good, gets all the nourishment it needs. Come on, man. How is that fair? It's not fair now. Yeah, you're not gonna like it.
Let me see what they're saying in the chat.
You're not gonna like it, but that's how I feel.
Because I'm not
Men and
liking
women
this.
need to work together.
I'm not liking
Okay,
this.
once we say we're having a baby, we have to sacrifice
Not
together.
to say, don't even start with them sleeping in your bed. Once they are used to sleeping with the warm body close to them, now wahala.
They love it.
See, these are
They love it.
These are the problems.
And to be honest with you, to be fair, I also love hugging my babies. I don't know. I feel like those first few years.
What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you hugging me instead of hugging your babies?
I love hugging you too. I love hugging you.
Why is that too? Why is that too? I'm not
because
just...
I still have to nurture my baby. That baby can speak. That baby needs
Tima
love.
says, this is why... Tima is the same person as Simbasi, by the way.
Okay.
This is why mom is always tired. Yeah, because you keep those babies... If you kick those babies into the bathroom somewhere or put them in the guest bedroom, if you don't have you can use the guest bedroom. Put them there in a what do you call those things?
When they are
in the
sleeping.
crib. Put them in the crib.
When they are sleeping, you can
if
put
they
them
cry
there.
one night, they will get used to it the second night. But of course, you can't stand them crying for just 10 minutes.
Because
right?
a woman, look, mothers, you can't just sleep there. Your baby is crying.
No.
We can't take it.
Black Diamond, I'm guessing this is a man. No baby is sleeping in my bed to your grip, oh, Israel.
Allah is on his period.
Men and boobs now 6 and 6. They don't want to hear. I don't want to hear it. Listen, I can share the boobs for you to eat. That's about it. That's about it. You know those babies too that want to be playing with their boobs. About smart by anybody. Eat and you leave it alone. Yes? Jesus, MOP, chill. Okay, I am chill. Okay, I'll chill. Oh no, Queen Ola, I'm siding with Ola here. Oh, see?
Who's siding with Allah?
Is
that a man or a woman?
No, she's a woman. Full-blown woman.
woman.
Yes.
Why are you siding with Allah?
Because those babies don't need to be in the bed.
Nah, get out of here. Please.
You know?
I agree that they don't need to be in the bed. But do you know how hard it is to train a baby to be in the crib? How many times you gotta get up in the middle of the night to go get that baby? And let me tell you, when I had my baby,
Cool.
I had C-section. I would carry my belly like this and walk to that crib.
Listen, when don't even start with the C-section, because they gave us 6 weeks and I wanted to go 6 weeks. Who said no? They didn't want to go all the way 6 weeks.
Wait, they gave us 6 weeks for what?
To wait, no Kerewa. Who said they didn't want to wait for 6 weeks, Kerewa?
Wait, are you throwing me under the bus right now?
Who said they didn't want to wait for 6 weeks every single time? Who didn't want to wait for 6 weeks?
So you
Who
said that
did
this
not
man,
want to wait 6 weeks?
You see that Allah is spoiled.
You're using me. You're using me. That's the problem. Me, I be firewood.
But you're still getting some.
Anyway.
Some people don't even get any for
You didn't
6
answer the
months.
question. You see?
6 weeks.
She didn't answer the question. She didn't
decided-
answer the question. Answer the question. Answer the damn question. Okay?
You're murdering me out here.
Okay, continue.
Anyway, I said I didn't want to wait for the 6 weeks because I don't know, a woman has needs. I was in a mood, so. But you benefited from that.
So I be firewood. I said you used me. You said about it. I
I didn't
benefited from
use
that.
you.
I wasn't ready.
We
I was
used
pregnant
each
too.
other.
I was pregnant too.
I beg you.
But anyway.
We're pregnant with food. Clearly, all the food I couldn't eat, you ate it all.
Just. Yeah. It's wahala.
Babe, come on. This
Just the same way you
conversation-
did not want to wait for the booster.
Exactly.
You're
Exactly.
supposed to be on my side. Are you not a prestige family? What's wrong with you now?
You see? So you don't want to side me, Abby.
Anyway, I'll say
I'm
this.
for us taking care of each other. But I'm also for us understanding each other.
I think, like I always say, you know, while we round this up, because I don't think we can finish this conversation right now.
You can't finish it.
Yeah, but I will concede a little bit, just a little bit, and this is how I will concede, right? You know, we talk about self-intelligence here, right? Self-awareness, okay? Just self-awareness. Just be aware that how you're feeling as a mother, it's not necessarily how the other side is feeling, okay? Just being that aware. It doesn't mean you won't be self and still want to be nurturing to your, of course, brand new baby too, right? A fresh
look at
baby.
that baby.
It's that baby is wrong
So cute.
and narcissistic too, by the way. But it doesn't mean. But also, a man needs to be aware. You know, there's a lot that goes on in a woman's body when they have a baby. That's when it's fresh. But even the nurturing thing that a mother has, it's the same difference between the love your mother has for you and your wife has for you. There's a difference between the love that she has for you and the love she has for those kids, that nurturing thing, right? And just being that aware will stay half of the battle won already.
Right.
And the rest of it's not nagging. Don't do what I just did in the last 10 minutes. It doesn't work. It will make it worse.
You have blue balls. Blue balls.
Blue balls. She said blue balls.
Blue balls.
Blue ball. Blah 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 blah. Bala blue.
Yeah,
right?
you
But
have blue balls.
you will just end up with blue balls, and if anything, you need to engage the heart of seduction in that time period. So there's a need. Everybody cares about something. There's a need somewhere. If you focus on what her needs are, right, you will get carried away. Okay, you will get more than the typical man who will jump on the internet and say the woman is weaponizing sex. Focus on what the actual need is that she wants. Well, first, self-awareness. Understand that your need is not necessarily a need in any particular point in time, right? Even beyond the babies. If you understand that, I think you will be fine ultimately.
And I can't leave this topic without saying shout out to all the men, okay, who are on night shifts with their wives as we speak. Okay, they take shift. Like mommy gets 4 hours, I tender to the baby. Daddy gets 4 hours,
Yes.
I tender to the baby.
Yes.
We have men now on paternity leave. Come on,
Yeah.
you have to be engaged.
Women need to be aware that they have a natural tendency, not necessarily intentionally, to put their children over their husband. Am I lying?
Oh yeah, it's kind
So,
of
it's,
natural. But we need men to understand that it's not wickedness; it's a weakness.
Right.
You gotta point that out.
Right.
I didn't mean to do that, but this is where I found myself.
Yeah.
Pressure to Wabai. I'm the one going through it.
Pressure to what? Yeah. So if you know these things, especially on both sides, if you both know that, you're definitely already winning. But all it takes is one person at least. That's you start with one person. You start the dance with one person. You don't wait for two people to know at the same time. That's one of the unrealistic expectations that people have of marriage. Oh, that we both do it, and I always remind you that just you knowing enough and then focusing on what their need is will create the dance you're looking for. If you're waiting for the you should know, you should just know. You might just be waiting for a long time.
Forever.
Yeah, but they have a need. If their needs are satisfied, if she's a good woman, she's a good man. Especially not just good. Like, forget the good thing I just said. Competent.
If she's a good people.
And there's too many people that are good people that are suffering. Good and competent, right? If you're good and competent man or woman, they will be able to detect that their need is being taken care of. Particularly, they want to give you that credit, but they also want to reciprocate. And it's sweeter when it's reciprocation as opposed to, oh, we spoke about it and we were both intentionally and then we meet simultaneously. First of all, it doesn't exist. Second of all, yeah, no, I'm dramatic, right? First of all, it doesn't exist. Second of all, it's sweeter when you feel like you earn it or when you feel like they actually gave it to you. Those two, it's sweet. It's sweet. When she said, you're coming upstairs, it's sweeter than when I'm begging for it. Okay, or I feel like it's sweeter that way because it's an indication that I've earned it. It's also hard giving, actively giving, and as opposed to, there's nothing wrong with schedules. I'm just telling you the other one is sweeter. There's nothing wrong with schedules.
Let me tell you something. People will be like, schedules kill. But at least it gets you to your desired outcome in the moment. Yeah. Whatever you have in that moment, make the best out of it. During this baby period, there are times you will have to schedule to get your stuff together. Yeah. Take advantage of it, guys.
So if she's completely numb to you waiting, trust me, if you've, the love languages book, right? The love tank, right? If you've put enough in there, it's okay to say, babe, what's going down? Right? What's going down? Somebody said, Shewa. Shewa. She's ready. She says, you like Shewa.
She just tell her husband, Shewa. And the guy gets
it. And the guy gets it. He say, it's time to go down.
Thing.
These days, there was one point I was like, I want to fuck.
Oh, yeah.
There was one time I did that, right?
Yeah.
There was a face I did that, yeah.
But there are times like that is sexy and there are times like, how dare you?
Right. So it depends. It depends on what's going on. Right. It depends, But whatever your language is, you need to make because it depends on people to people, right? You got to make sometimes you have to just make your intentions known, right? Like, hey, tonight, that's another one, it's completely, it's open, but read the room. That's a very important thing, right? You need to read the room before, if you haven't done anything that's kind of like you gave that you can remember of recent time, you probably want to do that first before you go say,
what about
I want to fuck.
Giving freely? Because I feel like people tend to give outsider freely than their own relationship.
Right.
Like when you give to your spouse, you're kind of entitled. But I gave you now. Why would you give? No, you have to. When you love
That's true.
someone, you have to give them grace. Give them freedom.
So here's the kicker. Here's the pushback against that, right?
Okay.
When anyone or anything is readily available, we take it for granted.
True.
Right? We get complacent, right?
Don't be predictable. That's
Right.
the part I say people need
So,
to pay attention.
Yeah. So I would say this is a part you might need to be intentional about, right? Like, because naturally you might just be complacent. Everybody's living life. This is your wife. She's not going anywhere. This is your husband.
okay.
You're not going to go anywhere. You're just, so you kind of forget, or not exactly forget, but 3 weeks just went by. You have to be intentional about that. Don't do that.
After 3 weeks, can I say something? That could really get awkward if it's not
Yeah,
without
it gets
travel.
worse. It gets worse.
It's not as if you traveled somewhere and you'll be back in 3 weeks. I know it's
If we have a dry spell,
but you have a dry spell for 3 weeks.
no. If we have a dry spell after 4 days, I'm saying something.
Of course, you're saying something.
Yeah,
You
I'm
already
saying
know Allah what's what he wants. you don't know him.
I'm saying something.
He wants what he wants.
Yeah, I'm saying something.
Of course, 4 days.
Yeah, and saying something is not necessarily verbally. Okay, it's not necessarily verbally, but
You're saying something or you're washing pots. I've been saying it sometimes. I'm like,
why are you making them sound like I did just the word post just for some pussy? No. Stop the cat, baby.
No, when you're doing that, I actually feel, I'm like, oh, that's so cute.
You know what I do that for all these days?
Now I want to do more.
Let's be
for you.
honest. Who do I do that for these days? It's not even
You
no
do it
longer
for
you.
Tony.
I do it for Tony.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Right, I do for Tony. But yeah, I will watch, but it's very, see, again, it's a mindset thing, right? It sounds weird when you say you're doing it for some pee, right? But it's bigger than that. It's deeper than that in reality of things, because again, that one pot can serve the next 3 months, because I might not wash pot for the next 3 months. Right? Oh, so you're just gonna wash some pots because of pee? No, you don't get it. You're not getting it.
Why is the washing of pots? Why is that? Why does that make me tickle sometimes?
Well, that's your love language.
Because
we're gonna get
I'm
to,
an act of service person. So
we're gonna get to that.
when you do
Because
something
we have
for
a subtopic coming up about that love language thing, right?
right.
But let me just address some of this chat here really quickly.
Yes, please.
Gracious greatness can relate, of course. Body no be firewood.
Yes, sir.
Gracious, everybody gets their own needs. You suppose help each other now. Small compromise, yes. That just makes sense in any type of relationship that designed to be symbiotic, right? That just makes sense, right? It's fun having Lola on the show. She's so lovely, bro. You're lucky. I am lucky.
Oh my God.
I am lucky. I would never discount that fact.
Thank you, Black Diamond. I appreciate that.
Let me tell you something.
It's blessed.
This is some of the trickiest thing, right? When you're engaged in conversations around kind of manosphere topic a lot,
Right.
these motherfuckers can start to make you feel some type of way.
Oh my God.
Right? Like you want to say something, but you're like, let me shape this so that it doesn't sound like, no, fuck you. Because I will say what I want to say. I will never discount the fact that I'm a lucky man to have a beautiful wife. Guess what else I will not discount?
I appreciate you, babe.
Oh, thank you, babe. Guess what I won't discount? That it takes work to be here.
I does though.
Don't listen. If
You don't know
if you're
what
not
it
a
is.
competent
You don't
man,
know me, oh.
you won't be lucky. Let me just let you know right now, okay? Just being good enough is not good enough. Okay, if you are good enough for yourself, that's for yourself. If you want to be a virgin, that's good for you. You can go to heaven. If you want all these different things, holier than thou thing you want to do, is probably making you come off as lame anyway. That's not good enough.
Why is being a virgin taking you to heaven? Are you?
I'm guessing that's what some people think. I don't know. Wherever you're getting, I don't know. Wherever you're getting out of being a virgin is for you. Okay, not for the other person.
It's for you now. It's always for you.
Yeah, let's just be
It's
clear,
our society that made it such it's such a moral thing. It's for you.
Yeah. Let's see. We're spoiling you. What do you mean? How do you are you a virgin? How do you deal with Kira when you're not on the same page? So if you have questions, how the cue behind it.
That's a good question.
That's a good question. Hola, women love to be served sometimes. My husband arranges the bed when he wants some. That's a good point.
That's nice.
That's a good point. Even better for me now, I can send those boys go and arrange my bed, and she will think it's me.
Can you imagine? Now you're using my kids.
And I would tell them, don't tell her.
I better not know.
So for those of you that want to enjoy your life for the next 5 years before you have children, see, that's another that you probably should be careful about that. You probably should, as soon as possible, just natural order of things. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm just saying, life is not waiting for anybody. Okay?
No, it's not.
But there's a lot when you build a family. It's leverage in a lot of ways. It's work. Obviously, you have to earn it, right? Obviously, kids, nobody anybody's mate. It takes a lot to raise
They will
kids.
test you.
But once you go past those first 5 years, right? If you do a good job raising them, of course, that's another skill set that we'll cover here a lot. If you do a good job raising them, it's leverage. You're not going to be using them, but you're going to be training them. And how they participate in activities and stuff like that is actually how you're training them, not just talking, right? So you will see a lot of opportunities that will show up in places where you can literally, train them, take the advantage, train them, but also leverage it for a little bit of a soft life for you and your wife. For example, my wife and myself, we don't have a problem with date night. We could do it literally anytime. Okay? Because the big boys can take care of the little one. Right?
That's true.
That's leverage, right? So again, there's so many ways you can think. When you fight against the forces of nature, you will suffer. Ladies, especially if you fight against the forces of nature, you gotta be careful with doing that. We're evolving. We also nurture. We create new social set of standards and stuff. But you gotta be careful when you're pushing too hard against natural order of things, right? If you time to get married, you want to wait until you're 45, unless it's circumstantial. Don't do that to yourself. Or you're just like, oh no, I don't need to worry about. No, you need to worry about anything that takes time, because time is literally life. Oh, let me just enjoy ourselves like it. You're acting like you're God. You're not God. You're not God. What I'm suggesting is that consider not doing that. I don't advise it. I don't advise.
You don't advise waiting when you get married?
No, I don't advise waiting. You don't even know if God is going to make you wait. You don't know that. It's arrogance. It sounds like arrogance and pride to me.
You think it depends on where they are at that stage in their life? Because not everyone that gets married are in a good financial position.
They shouldn't have gotten married.
Okay.
Yeah. They shouldn't have gotten married.
Sometimes people believe, let's build together.
Yeah. If it's that important, I don't think finances should stop you from marriage, right? Unless it's extreme, like you can't take care of yourself, right? Like especially as a man, you're still living in your father's basement. No, you're not ready for that, right? And how long does it take to be ready? No, your life can turn around in like 6 months. You just have to be a little bit aggressive, right? And you'll be ready. But you gotta be able to take care of yourself and a few other people. Right? So, but if you're married, circumstances changed. Let's say you lost your job right after, that can happen.
Yes, after your wedding.
It actually happened to us. You remember?
When the market crashed?
Yes. Right? Like literally, like a whole lot of money, right? And then 2008 happened, right? So, but we still had children, okay? Because if we can eat. That's not a problem. I got family members. It's not like I'm depending on them. It's just that, again, but it could be extreme. Let's say you live by yourself and there's no family around. It could be. Then that's an exception to the situation. In that way, you want to make sure. But again, like I said, it takes 6 months to really turn things around if you're aggressive enough, or even less. But if you say, we're just gonna do a couple of years, but like, why are you acting like God? I get it. Like, let's enjoy ourselves. No, the enjoyment is going to come down the line.
Yeah, because to be honest, when we got married, I got pregnant on the honeymoon. That wasn't planned, but it happened. And to be honest with you, the benefit of that I'm reaping right now, when people see me and they see my son Tumi, and Tumi is taller than me, people are like, oh my God, that's your kid. Like, well, I put in my work. Yeah. When I was carrying my belly around with people were like, okay, do you have to be pregnant now? Because I was 26 then, you were 27. Yeah. So imagine they're looking at us, it seems like we're young. What's the rush? Yeah. But we are actually enjoying. Yeah.
I think I wasn't. It's not like I was intentional. I'm saying it right now because I'm privileged to share it. So I can't act like I knew it, but I was I'm traditional in that sense. Like if I'm married, what
You're
am I
ready.
waiting for?
Yeah, you're
You
ready.
know?
Just said I'm
But
ready. I'm ready.
I think a lot of these rhetorics are coming they're coming from a place of when a woman has gone through a terrible phase in a marriage.
Not true. She's
When
funny.
when a woman has gone through a terrible phase in a marriage, right? One of the first things she gravitates towards is that maybe because I had kids too early. We didn't get to know ourselves. You know, maybe we're not, one of the things is we're not compatible. You know, all this stories you start telling yourself, you know, and when modern men hear that long enough, they actually start to buy into it, just like they're buying into equality in the family structure right now.
Right.
They start buying into it. But in my opinion, my very humble opinion, I think it's a push against nature. When you're doing marriage, you will go through a phase. It's inevitable. Doesn't matter.
Challenges and all
The
that.
challenges will
No
happen.
one talks about that. I
Yeah.
think that's why.
Yeah. That's where it's
Paint a
coming from.
Beautiful picture of
Yeah.
marriages.
Right. No, you should have waited. Why did you have kids so early? You will have single friends that will actually tell you that. Both men and women. Why did you get married so early? So, and I've processed it. I've taken the time to process it. Okay, maybe they have a point. But I'm like, first of all, you're assuming that if you wait a little bit longer to have kids, you won't go through crisis in marriage.
Yeah.
That's a terrible assumption.
It's still gonna happen anyway.
Everyone starts from ground zero. You could get married at 45, 50 if you want. You can start having kids at 55 if you want. You start at... These are things that, in the grand scheme of things, right? It takes grace. No, competence too, but it takes grace, right? First of all, to have children is a blessing.
It's a blessing.
We have career, we're just gonna have sex. And there's a lot of women, I think 1/3 of women will struggle with fertility issues.
You're gonna have miscarriages.
Right?
It's hard out there.
So this idea that you can just put it on hold, I'm not saying it's absolute. I'm just saying
Yeah, I think not an absolute is a great idea.
Yeah.
Because I don't think it's completely terrible.
Yeah.
But this is what I always like people to know. Okay?
Yeah.
Whatever your actions are, you have to be ready
For the consequences.
for the consequences.
Yeah.
Whether it's good, whether it's bad,
Yeah.
you have to take the consequences. And that's just what it is. Do what
Let
makes
me
you happy.
see. Good point, baby. Yeah, I don't like speaking in absolute for that reason. But I also want to
because
offer
there
some
are
things that I feel
situations.
strongly on. I'm like, what you're trying to solve for, it's not solved for. Let's wait so that we can avoid, and let's wait so that we can enjoy ourselves. Like, no, you're missing out. You're missing out into the future. Imagine you're 45 and those kids are now going into college, right? And your body is still solid. I'm also assuming that you'll be 45 and alive. I get that.
Oh my gosh. You gotta say it like that.
I mean, if you want to go extremes,
Oh, Lord.
well, of course, you're praying that you'll be solid at 45, 50. But when you are still agile at 50,
all
55,
live long in
and your
Jesus.
kids, amen.
That's the Nigerian in me.
It's true, though. We all live in Jesus' name. Live long. But, imagine if you're still agile and these kids are off to college and you can now travel the world, right? Not only that, you're doing better even financially in your career, right? And imagine that, right? So maybe I'm off. Share with me in the comments, anything like that. I could be off. Maybe it's something I'm missing here, but I haven't heard enough to convince me that it's a smart idea to wait too long. Let's say too long to start creating a family if that's what you want. I'm talking about only people that want that. If you don't want that, discombobulate everything I just said, okay? If you don't want to build a family, okay? But don't go into marriage saying, I don't want to build a family, and the other person is fantasizing about it. That's a bad idea. Don't do that to anybody. If you know you don't want kids, be upfront.
You have to be upfront.
Okay. If somebody said, I'm not sure if I want kids, don't go into marriage with them.
I
Okay, that's a
agree with
big
that.
deal. Yeah.
That's a big red flag.
Yeah. Nati says, when I hear my husband say, babe, not cook, I will order food for us. It implies I don't want to hear you are tired.
He's like, save your energy.
Oh, sharp baje. Oh, sharp baje. Oh. He get out. Yeah. Yes.
Wise man.
Oh my God, Natu, he's doing well. He's doing well. Or when he does not want to say he's sorry, he will wake up and clean the whole house.
Oh, so cute. Even though you should still say sorry.
No, the best apology.
But I love it. It's change behavior. I
Change
like
behavior,
it.
right?
I like it.
Yeah, the best apology is change
I'm not mad at
behavior.
that.
Go get it, Baje. Oh, Lola, we are from same school of thought. There are actions and followed by consequences. Yes. You could do what you want.
Good or bad.
But don't forget to remind yourself there's consequences. You know?
Yep.
Don't forget that. But yeah, let's pay a little bit of bills and then we'll come back. All right, welcome back. How to ask for a DNA test? Let me correct that from your wife. Okay, precisely from your wife. Ladies, if you're a lady in the chat, how would you prefer somebody come to you and ask you for a DNA test? What are your ways of checking? Let me see here. I think we have a video here that I want to play. You posted this.
Oh, okay.
As usual. You posted this. All right. Let's see. How would you like... Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Why did it go into the other page? It's weird. Yeah, stay right here, homie. There you go. All right, let's share this page. There's this gentleman. Let's see his name. Shout out to this gentleman. Boss Studios. BOTSTUDOZ. Let's just make sure that he has something to say about there's this weird story that came out. But I really wanted to handle it from a standpoint of how to ask for a DNA test. But let's get through the story first. Then we'll take it from there. Right? Let me refresh. All right.
Another prank. So this man reached out to me and told me that he wants me to tell the wife that he's in the process of doing a DNA test, a paternity test, and that's sincerely, I was scared when he told me. I thought it was a joke, but it's for real because I'm here now. He wants to know if the children are his own. So let me call her now. She's not picking. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, good evening, Mar.
Good evening. Good evening.
Please, I am calling you from hospital.
Hospital. Yes.
Yes, there has been an emergency, please, and that's why I'm reaching out to you.
Emergency. What happened?
You don't need to panic, please.
Emergency.
Like anything happened to anyone. Your husband is in the... I just need to say this in strict confidence. Your husband came to us and is in the process of doing a DNA paternity test. He has taken the samples and we are just about to go ahead with it. But I just reached out to you so that you'll be aware at least, and we can discuss.
Hey, please. What do you mean by that?
All right, so it's not even the husband asking now. A complete stranger, sounds like, called and the husband was with him and called the wife, right? Okay, listen, if we're going to address any of these topics, we need to address where the fear is coming from. A lot of people's rhetoric is coming from a place of fear, including let's wait for a while before we have children. Let me see what, not to say here, it is not a wise idea because the egg reserve for the woman decreases as she ages. That's another good point. But ladies in general don't like to hear that. It sounds, what does it sound like? Not body shaming, but it sounds disrespectful, I guess.
I mean, if they
like you're telling women,
look,
what is it that's insensitive about that?
The
There's something
problem
about that.
with the world is the problem. The world has become so sensitive.
Oh, okay, so they're just sensitive.
No matter what you say, someone is always taking an offense.
Taking an offense.
What she said is not wrong medically.
No, it's literally facts.
Your eggs will rot.
Yeah.
Now, again, do what you want, but you gotta deal with the consequences of that.
Yeah.
Or you could freeze your ex. People do that all
You sounded like she when he was here yesterday. She wanted to. She was like, I don't want to offend anybody. I don't want to bring smoke. But she wants to tell you the truth. She wants to basically tell you that, hey, this is reality. Certain decisions will carry consequences.
Not reality now. Now, how God created us be that. Period.
Yeah. But I think it lands better when a woman is telling a woman. So.
Does it really?
I think so, yeah.
Because there are also women who push back against women. Like,
that's true.
You can't really say anything these days. The world need a little bit of tough skin. Okay, it's okay. Tough love is okay.
I don't hear Amo.
It's just a little balance because anytime you push me and say you push me out of my comfort zone, guess what that takes me to? It takes me to a higher place in life.
Okay, let's continue this. So basically, a complete stranger is asking, but just look at how she reacts first, in spite of the fact that you will see the facts later on.
It's a DNA test.
DNA test.
Yes,
how?
Please. I don't understand.
Please, my dear. If this is a prank,
make sure you're following Lola on Instagram.
Who are
okay,
you, please?
That's where she posts them
My
like literally every day.
I know my husband very well, and I know myself. My husband trusts me, and you see my children, my lovely children, they are for my husband. Please don't you ever call my number again. Do you understand?
Ma, it's not.
Stop the cap.
It's not like that. It's not like that. Please.
You are mad. You are stupid, idiot. Don't call my number again, oh. Nonsense.
Eh?
Will you keep quiet?
Madam.
You that you don't understand English. I said don't call my number again.
Madam, calm down.
He called back.
Madam, calm down. Are you not Mrs. Dorothy Ogbonna?
Yes, I am. Yes, I am.
And
knowing my name is not enough reason.
Madam,
enough evidence.
Your children, listen, madam. Your children are Ugochukwu, Chinenye, and Lovett Ogbonna. I have the samples right in front of me. Madam.
DNA samples. He already took them.
Hello?
So he didn't even ask for it.
Yes, I told you. Yes, it was your husband that reached out to us. Yes. So, see, madam, that's not the issue. But me, I'm let's take this one step at a time. Can you just please?
That's a good question.
Tell me, it's in strict confidence. Are the children yours? Like your husband's children? They are not your husband's children. You tell me. Nobody will hear about it. So we know what to do. Because by the time this gets to our director's desk, and then they forward it out of the country, it usually takes a fortnight. That is 2 weeks. When the results come back, it will be out of my hand. So that I don't push. Yes, so that I don't push it out there. Please, you just tell me if the children are yours. The 3 children, are they your children? Your husband's children, rather. Just tell me. Hello?
Well, please, sir, can I trust you?
Madam.
Voila.
You've not met me.
Voila.
Tell me.
Everything is strange.
Yeah, I understand.
Now you're calling my children's name.
Ma, I understand. I even have your address right in front of me. I understand these things. And this where I'm calling you.
Jesus.
Come on, she lost her power real quick.
Yes, you.
Wala, Nigeria don't report to Atikosa Wakalu. Wala.
Jesus Christ. That's some crazy stuff right there.
Yes.
Alright, so before we continue that video, hey cherished Olivia TV, welcome to the Orieto.
Wow.
Tima says, I don't think I'll be offended by that. Go ahead and do you, sir. Let me ask you a question, Tima. On a scale of 1 to 100, percentage-wise, even if the woman is not guilty, what percentage of women do you think will be offended by this question? That would be my follow-up question for you. What's the percentage of women that will be offended, in your opinion? Me, I can't waste my life speaking English. I say, don't even give them a reason to think about that. Why should they fear? Okay. So there's a lot of conversations going on the internet about DNA. I think some men are really, really starting to engage the fear of. There are men that are not even married yet. They say, I'm doing DNA test. I don't care. So it's not always you give them the reason to. It could be society, environmental factors that gives them the reason.
Society is a big one.
To want this. Yeah, we're in that space right now. Maybe 10 years ago, there wasn't too much talk about Jamaican and Nigerian women committing paternity fraud.
So it's now Jamaica and Nigeria.
Those are the two top countries.
That's the highest numbers.
Yes, in paternity fraud in the world.
Paternity fraud.
You didn't know that?
Kill these people. Are they sure that's the number?
No, that's the data.
I just feel like sometimes I'm like, are you kidding me? You're telling me that most Nigerian women are giving their husbands bastards. I'm sorry to use that word.
You said most Nigerian women are doing it?
Is that what they are telling me right now?
No, they are just top country.
Okay.
Not necessarily majority.
Because it could also be a small percentage.
No, it's still a small percentage.
Because bad
Let me
news
see if I can find some.
travel very fast.
Yeah.
Up till today, I don't even know anyone like that. That's the funny thing.
Yeah. We're only hearing it. Most of you are only seeing it on social media.
And now everybody's paranoid.
Maybe there's somebody here, that watched this and you know somebody family member. Most of you are seeing this news on social media. It doesn't mean it's not real. It's real.
And
but just say most of you don't know anybody.
Around thinking every woman is like this. Are you kidding me?
Well, that's what fear does.
Well, you will attract that kind of woman and you deserve what you get. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Because I'm hearing the Jamaican one for the first time. And you know Jamaicans are also top there. I thought it was just Nigerian women. And I'm like, this is not even fair.
What's not fair? The fact that they are counting them.
The Nigerian women are being looked at. Like
Jamaica has the highest, it seems.
They do.
Yeah. Let me see. I'm trying to see what percentage is. They're saying 30% failed DNA test. That's a lot.
That is high.
That is a lot. Okay.
Maybe
I don't know how reliable that is, but 30% is high.
Can we blame some of this on Nollywood? Because sometimes what you watch is what you you start to do sometimes. I'm sorry.
Well,
stuff like this I used to see in the movies.
Well, let's slow down. It's not that direct because then it starts to sound like somebody did somebody from somebody's village.
No, I'm just saying.
Right.
Sometimes we train people to do certain things.
How are we going to train you to commit fraud?
If you move around, if all your friends are can I finish my thoughts?
Okay.
If you surround yourself with Yahoo boys and you tell yourself, I'm a great guy, I would never do that. My parents raised me different. It's only a matter of time. Before you actually do the thing you think that you are not capable of doing.
Paternity fraud. Let's talk about paternity fraud. That's an extreme.
And I'm also talking about sometimes what people surround themselves with. They feel like they can get away with something because they saw somebody else
it becomes like a culture or something.
It become a culture. Why is this freaking 30%, man?
Okay, so it becomes a Yenshirue kind of thing. That's...
Anyway. Whatever you surround yourself with would expand at some point. That's all I'm saying.
Anyway, let's be clear.
It becomes a trend.
I agree with you, but let's be clear. If you happen to watch this video and you committed paternity fraud, you're a bad person now.
Yeah, keep that in mind because
let's just keep that at the back of your mind.
You are purposely doing something wrong to somebody.
And one of the things that men are talking about is that there's no consequences. There's no consequences by law.
There can't be consequences for that.
Yeah.
Is there consequences for cheating? There's no consequences.
My wife, shout out to my beautiful wife. She just literally put paternity fraud right next to
Look, I'm not
cheating.
making excuses, but I'm saying there's a reason why there's no consequences for it. Just like you cannot go and sentence someone to death because they slept with your husband. I'm sorry. Look.
She just literally put paternity fraud right next to cheating.
I'm sorry. I'm just saying.
Well, by definition, it's actually cheating. Paternity fraud is cheating by definition. It means you do something you wouldn't want your partner to know about. That's what it means. But that's on paper. The consequences, it's not the same thing. The effect emotionally because of our social constructs You destroy that man.
You are, and that's not good.
Just shout out to Nedu because I have empathy for what he went through.
Yeah,
you see how he talks? Can you tell in the way he talks that the way he looks at women is not the same?
It's been impacted. It's impacted for life, actually.
Yeah, it's not. Emotionally, because of the social construct that we both genders subscribe to, it's not the same effect. Women, you yourself, you will give a pass to a person that cheats, Kirewa, outside. Then you will give faster pass to that person than paternity fraud.
Isn't it the same? Right?
No. Paternity fraud is not Ayeshere.
No.
Even according to women.
I'm talking about cheating.
Yeah.
Like when men cheat, there's no consequences for it. Shabi is a man. That's what men do.
No, but even women don't put that on the same gauge. They don't put paternity fraud.
And I understand that, but it starts from little things like that to the extent that men also create families out there.
You guys are about to watch me and my wife argue on
And then when the man dies, this brand new family just appear from nowhere. Oh, he had a whole life. A double life.
Okay, so forget men for a second. Per women, that's not the same thing. For most women,
I agree with you.
Social construct is a real thing.
It's a
even per women, that's not the same thing.
Look, I'm empathizing with whoever is going through that. It's a terrible thing to happen to anyone.
We need to acknowledge that first.
And I'm acknowledging it. It's very bad. Yeah. But because of somebody has done that to somebody, you now come at me and tell me you want a DNA test because you just had someone's wife. Come on. Dude, make it make sense.
Are you disagreeing with Tima?
Make it make sense. What's going on here? Because now that means we have no trust.
Are you disagreeing with Tima?
I have done what the other woman has done, which is not fair. I'm not saying don't go and do your DNA test, but don't come and ask me for permission.
No, wait.
Because I will drag you with you.
Are you saying you will be offended?
Absolutely.
You'll be offended.
Because I'm a human being. I'm a woman. I know what I did. I know my kids are yours.
So, and you're saying that
tell me some nonsense.
Because you're offended, not because you actually committed, because the rhetorics from people like Tima is that.
What do you mean people like Tima?
My sister, she gets it. I'll drag her small. Wait. Let me drag her small. The point she's making is if you are offended by that, it means you must be guilty of something.
No, I'm not. I just feel like you don't trust me. That means why are we in this relationship? So you think I would do you like that? Just because somebody else did that? That's messed up. And how do we move on?
Where is D-Love? I feel like if D-Love was here, she'll be on the side of Tima.
Well, how do we move on after this DNA foolery that you went to do and you found out that these are all our kids that we have together? How do I move on from a man that does not trust me?
Okay.
To
me that makes sense, but
so I should just back up and say, Ayeshere, you didn't do anything. Why are you offended? No, it doesn't work that way. I'm insulted. I'm offended that you're comparing me to some other numbskull that did that to her husband.
Now, the woman, let's go back to the woman that woman is obviously guilty.
Very guilty.
All right, so let's before I go through this, because that's a different thing from asking, it's a little bit different from randomly asking your wife for DNA test, right? But this woman, from what we just heard,
right?
Yeah, that sounds like she's guilty. And I want us to complete that video. But before we continue, let me see. I can't waste my life speaking English. I say don't even give them the reason. Okay, so we already addressed that. I will let you do the test and make you look like a fool when the result comes back. Wait,
I will drag you. Woto.
Is that the end? As long as I look like a fool, is that the end?
Will
you be okay? Will you be okay if I look like a fool? How long will my suffering be?
It depends on my mom.
So my problem will not go away just because I find out that they're my kids. Is that what you're saying?
It will never go away.
That problem of lack of trust.
Because you already broke what we have. If you don't have trust for someone, you shouldn't be with that person. That's toxic.
Yeah. Hey. After all, those colorful words, she became humble. Just find out guilty people are quick to throw insults.
She not do well.
That's true. So a reaction I would get from my wife, I would expect to get from my wife if I randomly ask her for DNA of my kids, we'd be like,
where's that coming from?
What happened? Not start cursing me out, just like not cursing me out. But again, to be fair, that's a complete stranger that was calling. But we've gotten to the point in the video where it's kind of obvious that she's guilty of something.
Honestly, another thing. Why did she pick up again?
She just picked up random calls.
No, after she hung up on that guy.
Oh, she picked up again. She was curious. Because it was some again, that's a good point. Because if that was a complete strange thing, you just like, what kind of weird?
What kind of mad person? I'm not picking up my phone.
Yeah, after that. If you are so go about dialogue, you wouldn't do that. Right.
But she was curious. She wanted to know more and how far this thing is going.
Yeah. After all, that's okay. He just messed up. He said if the result goes the international and come back, so he's not doing the test himself.
Can you imagine?
Well, he doesn't need to do the test himself. We're looking at her reaction, right? So Daddy Freeze host said they must do DNA.
Daddy Freeze is about that now. But Daddy Freeze is also coming from a hot...
Daddy Freeze is coming from a... Yeah.
He has a lot of healing to do.
That's how he can relate. So, yeah. He doesn't...
I'm sorry.
He can only see things from a quote-unquote pragmatic standpoint. He needs to spell out completely for him to get it. So, yeah. Unfortunately, the people that will...
Did you hear Black Diamond? I like that.
Which one? Well, if my husband asks for a DNA test, I'll give in. But after I've proven myself, he'd hear from my lawyers.
I'm not saying don't do it.
Yeah.
But the reaction, the consequences, be ready to deal with that too. You can't come and talk to someone like that and expect that everything. Am I a Stedford wife? I'm not.
What's a Stedford wife?
Someone that will just be, yes, yes. Am I a mumu? I don't be mumu. Really? It's not going to stop at
these
the
people
DNA.
Thought you were a submissive feminine woman who is just always yes ma.
I'm yes sir to you.
Yeah, this is what these people think.
I'm sorry. I'm not that way. I'll reason with you, but nah, I'm not a mumu.
It's a Cherry says it's a narrative that they are pushing on social media.
Exactly.
Ola would ever think of doing a DNA test for your kids? Would I ever think? Because I don't think Ola is giving you a reason to. Listen, if I'm thinking DNA test, since you've made it personal, it's because something has tampered with my ability to trust her. That's the underlying issue. Now, it doesn't have to be her fault. Again, it could be her external factors that have tampered with my ability to trust. In that case, if it's external factor, I will have to equate that to insecurity. Right?
That's what I'm saying.
Because if I feel insecure about my wife to the point where social media can influence my trust, then the social media, I don't want to make it absolute, but there's probably some trust issue already before with me. Not necessarily her. It could be, but not necessarily her giving me the reason to. If your environment in general influences you. So it's not just your wife. It's not just how she moves. That could be it. She could be moving mad too. But the point is that it could be internal factors that's influencing it. It could be external,
Yeah,
but
and I think external also is a big part of this.
It is.
Okay.
Now, especially now.
People will hear something, they'll just take that energy. They'll run over, take it to their spouse.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
And that's the most important part for me. Obviously not for someone like Daddy Freeze. The most important part for me is that I can see deeper into the emotions of things, right? Not just it has to say on paper that you are 100% father. First of all, I can see my baby's face. They look like me in so many ways, even the one that look like her, right? So it's like I can see where it's coming from, but it's not healthy for majority of those 70% that will pass.
Yeah. Because
it says 30% fail. That's still a 70% that are passing. But if percentage of those 70% now, because negative news travel faster, they go more viral, will now have external factors influencing their decision to do a DNA test, even when the baby look like them. That's how trust is a very flaky thing. Trust is important. Yeah, you want to say something?
Oh yeah, I just remembered.
I'm like, why?
This stereotype that people usually have. Like for example, MK Abiola, everybody knows that he had some, when he has kids, maybe they have his ears or they have something that looks like him. So they assume that any child that does not look like MK Abiola is a bastard. That is not true.
Yeah, that's not even scientifically sound.
That be accurate.
Yeah.
Like, guys, are you moving mad? It's the stereotypes for me. So if you go hear something outside and then you bring that energy to me, oh no.
Yeah.
You're gonna do your DNA test, but I am dragging you with every power I have in me.
Yeah.
You will suffer, eh? You won't suffer in Jesus' name.
Amen.
But
not me. You're not talking about me.
I'm not talking about you. You're not gonna. I'm not giving you 100% of myself.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
Listen, shout out to all 21 people listening to us right now. If you're getting value out of this, do me a favor. Somebody initiate the super chat. Give $5 or something. Come on. Give $5, initiate it, double each other, something, Show some appreciation if you're getting value from this. I'll appreciate it. Thank you.
One power gone.
$1, I don't know, 99 cents, something. I don't care how small it is. I'll appreciate that. Just to
become Daddy Freeze.
Just to show.
It's like sometimes the guy will cost people.
He will just stop the whole show for you.
Cost you
and
to give him money.
You out and exactly.
Wait, what?
Yep.
You know what? It works. They will start giving. I'm like, now wow.
Yes. Don't make
That's
me beg.
crazy.
Don't make me start prostrating and begging you for super chat. Don't do that.
Don't frustrate.
I might fine him lots of money for emotional distress when results show that he is the father. Yeah, it's gonna be a lot. It's not. Listen. On paper, it sounds so simple. It's just DNA. It's not a big deal. We're talking about trust.
Yeah,
that's precisely what we're talking about.
It doesn't end.
Yeah,
it's like that thing will still be on your mind sometimes. Like, how can this guy think of me like this? Like, after how much I've proved to you.
Yeah.
Like, I've always been there with you. You didn't catch me with anything shady. Yeah. Like, I would think you will fight for me. I'm your wife. And then because some Olori Buruku woman did that to her own husband.
Or because people are just actively talking about DNA tests.
It's not fair.
So there are men who are 55 years old right now listening to a 23-year-old man say, "I don't care. I'm gonna do DNA test. I don't care. I'm gonna do DNA test." And then you start to, if you have insecurity issues, then you start to question yourself and say, "Hey, maybe that's not a bad idea. Maybe I've always had a question. Maybe, just maybe, I don't care. I'm gonna do DNA test.
Don't care. Still don't care. I don't care. I don't care.
You know the flip side to this.
Sorry, baby. You know me. What DLL?
What
Atomo DLL. I have to booty dance for.
Booty dance?
Yeah, exactly. We have to.
Dance.
No, Kini will help me.
What's going on?
Yeah, this guy will help me. What's his name again? Portable will help me. Shout out to Cherish Olivia TV. I appreciate that super chat. 35 ZAR. What's that? South Africa box? Something like that. ZAR, whatever. All right, I think we have one more from Natu. Natu is always supporting. I appreciate you, Natu. I appreciate you. This is a good break. Let me see. Natu, yeah, I know. I had to put it down for you too.
God.
All right, I think we have one more.
Hilarious.
Thank you so much. Yes, she says South Africans. Yes, awesome. We have Romari TB. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you.
We appreciate you.
All right, thank you so much. I appreciate all of the support. Thank you, it means a lot. Let's continue the video. Let's finish the video.
Oh, I was gonna say the flip side before you continue, babe.
What's the flip side?
The flip side is there's a man out there right now saying, I don't want to find out. I love those kids. They're mine. I sold the seed.
Right.
I raised them. And there's some kids out there right now saying, I don't care. That's not my father. It's still my father.
No, the
Raised
reality is the reality. You know, a lot of men are running around the internet saying, "Why would you want to raise other people's kids?" First of all,
me. What?
it takes a special type of person to do that. You can't discount that. I understand if your little wiki small little brain can't comprehend that. I get that. But the truth is that it's really whoever the baby is spending the most time with. That's the father. Ultimately.
Okay. There's some father that they are not father. They're
That's not to justify the bullshit with paternity fraud.
Exactly.
But I'm just letting you know, it's not that deep. The 23-year-old mentors out there, relax, okay? So you don't attract what you fear the most.
Wait, 23-year-old mentor?
Yeah, they are mentoring a lot of 55, 53-year-old men.
Excuse me?
Because that man who listens to that long enough will actually go back home and attempt to ask his wife for DNA.
A man's cortex does not develop until he's actually 26. You will take advice from a 23.
They are. I'm telling you right now. Not even 23-year-old man.
Don't be juju be that.
26-year-old woman. We'll leave another topic. Another topic entirely. Right. Let's continue the video, you know. Yeah, I'm telling you.
It's problematic.
You know. It's true, some men don't want to find out actually. So I think I don't want to celebrate men that don't want to find out. I want to celebrate men that are so sure of themselves. Like, what? Are you mad? I'm the king. Of course, those are my babies. That mindset. Those are the men I want to celebrate. Right. Those kind of men, there's no 23-year-old man that can say, I don't care. There's no 23-year-old that can convince them because they're so sure of themselves. So even if that has happened, they're so sure of themselves that they can't relate with you. But there are also men that are insecure enough to be mentored by 23-year-old men on the internet. Let's not get it twisted. But those are the different nuances there. None of this justify paternity fraud. It's a complete evil act.
It's terrible. It's very sad.
Yeah. Let's get back into this.
I work at the diagnostic center.
How old is my husband?
Ma?
How old is my husband?
How old is your husband? Going to that?
Yes, it is. And I want to know.
Sincerely, I'm not going to mess it up. I would have to call the husband and then get.
So he hung up so he can find out the age.
So I've called the husband and the husband has given me his age.
He just hung up randomly.
Tight corner.
Guess what? She's going to pick up again.
Sorry. It was network.
Home.
So you were asking me something, please.
Yes, please. I want to know the ages of my husband and my 3 kids.
But your husband is 47. Your first child is 15 years old. Your second child is 12. And the last one is 5 years old.
Good.
Hello, madam. Take it easy. Hello.
Oops.
I'm hearing you, sir. I'm hearing you.
Madam, no, ma, please.
I'm sorry I shouted at first.
No, it's okay. It's definitely going to cost you some money. It will definitely cost you. We've been doing this thing for people because...
But I don't have enough money with me.
No. Cast.
How much are you talking about?
Ma, don't worry about the money. The money.
She don't cast.
What we are concerned about, people like us that work in the diagnostic center, is about a peaceful home. You're not the first person we are doing this for, but you've not still told me.
How is that home peaceful?
Are the 3 children your husband's children?
Okay.
Yeah.
No, they're not.
They are not?
Yeah, just one. That's the last one. It's for my husband.
Sorry, ma, I didn't hear you. Say what?
I said they are not. Just one is for my husband. Why the first 2 for my ex?
For your ex?
I can.
Wait. This video is one of the most popular videos in the last 2 weeks for obvious reasons. But again, the conversations are out there. We might as well complete the conversation properly, right? Have the nuances, right?
Oh, the X's in the corners.
The X files. We have a whole video training in the program, the 21 days boot camp. Okay. Called the X Files. It's a big deal, something you have to pay attention to. Black Diamond says some of these Gen Zs love giving relationship advice after dating for 6 months with maximum breakfasts. Oh, more voila. That's exactly where it's coming from. You know, premature advices, unsolicited advice. Cherish, why you come do this kind of thing now, Cherish? Why? Why would you do that? I joked with my husband and told him, "Are you sure the kids are yours?" He said to me, "They could even be mine, but not yours." Wow! I love it. I love that answer. That's what I'm talking about. They could be mine and not yours. That's what I'm talking about.
That's how confident he is.
That's that level of confidence. Sexy, right? Imagine that kind of man. Even you yourself, you could not say, I can't play with this one. Yeah. Anyway, let's continue.
No. Mama, no.
It was a mistake.
A mistake.
A mistake twice?
Ma, hello? Just...
Abby?
Yeah.
Ma, just calm down. Don't worry.
She said a mistake.
I'll do everything about it, okay? I'll make sure that it's going to show in the diagnostics report that the alleged father is your husband. I'll take care of it. We'll talk about the financial implication later, okay?
Please.
So,
How much?
Ma, that's why I said we'll talk about it. It's 3 children we're talking about, but this time, since you said 2 are not his own, so it's
Yes.
it's the 2 children that we are going to be talking about, ma. You said it's the last born that is not his own, right? That is his own?
Yes, the first 2 are not his, but the last one is for my husband. Hello, sir.
Allah, wow.
Hello.
Yes, I'm here, ma. I'm here.
Yes, sir. Hello.
Oh, wow. Let me answer this really quickly. Baby, you have to show your face. They're here for you today. Yes,
I'm
thank you.
Sorry.
I can hide.
I'm relaxed. That's
I
why.
can do the hiding for today. Okay.
Relax mode.
All right.
Story.
Let's say I can never trust anyone over the phone. Thunder, fire, devil. Until it's real. If you committed this, you will be trusting, because you have that fear that's been living in you for so many years. You know. Yeah. You might end up trusting anything that triggers something you're hoping you'll forget forever, that will never come out, like the highest level of secrets, right? Yeah, so she's not thinking straight right now. She's, with the cast. Yeah.
She made a mistake twice.
When is the book camp? Because the book camp is already live. Where is the book camp? Let me see. If you go in our descriptions, in every descriptions, is it? Oh, you know what?
It's not there.
It's not up there. But I think it might. Go to loveandprestige.com. Let me just say that. Second of all, you can message me, Man of Prestige, on IG. I think we pulled it down because we're increasing the price. Yeah, I think it comes as a bonus with the coaching program. But I think, but just message me, on the WhatsApp group. There you go. Let's do it like this. Message on the WhatsApp group. This is the WhatsApp right here. LOLA.com/WhatsApp, or simply text this line. WhatsApp text this line. And then join the group and ask me inside of the group. We'll take it from there. Anyone will work. All right, so let me see. Let's go back to the comments. Mistake. She said mistake. Oh.
She said it's a mistake. She made a mistake
Juju
twice.
be that too. That's witchcraft. Mistake. Mistake care. Did she fall on the D? We can make a case for that one too, but maybe once. Twice, okay.
Twice. You know your first child is already for your ex. You went back and got another Bola
Yeah.
to have the second one.
Hmm.
Come on. She has to deal with the consequences of her action, unfortunately. There's consequences
Hey,
for
Esther.
everything.
Yeah. Esther says husband told his wife a doctor's friend just find out his 3 children are not his husband DNA test. Husband turns around and told doctor, my wife here had my kids for me. I am 100% sure. No DNA for sure.
Wow.
No DNA for me. Wait. Husband told his wife, a doctor's friend, just found out his 3 children are not. Are you trying to bring somebody up to speed or something? I'm not sure. Maybe you can clear it up for me. I struggle to understand things like this. Like, why are you not married to your ex?
I wonder. That's a good question.
Listen,
Okay.
we're talking about a situation where people keep going back to their ex. Okay, so it's not that simple.
In between.
Yeah. People can fall in love with a new husband, and then life crisis happen in the middle of the marriage. And one of the easiest low-hanging fruits for both men and women sometimes is the ex.
Because the ex is always in the corner, keeping in touch.
Yes.
How are you doing today?
Some exes.
Happy birthday.
You know,
oh,
some
I
exes.
remembered. Like, get the hell out of here.
Yeah, but it's very important for me to spell that out because if you don't know that this can happen, it can come for you from a blind spot. It can happen, okay? It's not that, hey, you've always been in love with your ex and you went to marry another person because you're being evil, okay? You can end up doing evil without being intentional all the way about it, okay? And no, it doesn't take that long to be pregnant twice. Literally, all it takes is 2 times carryover. Literally, that's all it takes, okay? A little back and forth within a period of 5 years.
So that means when she was sleeping with her ex, she wasn't sleeping with her husband?
Possibly,
what
yes.
if she's sleeping with her ex and sleeping with her husband at the same time?
That and everything in between. If she was sleeping with her husband at the same time, then there are actually people who push the baby on her husband. There are people that do that. And they are also kind of halfway surprised too. They know there's a possibility that the husband is not the owner of the child because they were having sex with 2 people at the same time, right?
Or they see the child, like, oh shit, it looks like...
You know, they always say
like
that
ex.
Women always know who the actual... I'm not sure about that.
Yeah. I mean,
I'm not
it
sure
goes
about
by
that.
your date of
Yeah.
you look at your dates, right?
Yeah.
When you were dating and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But if you're sleeping with 2 people at the same time, then it's gonna be
it's not gonna be as cutthroat, dry, cut
so
dry.
she probably wasn't sleeping with her husband. Maybe they were having issues. She now had to bring 2.
Yeah. Or she could just completely be in a very confused place, not excusing it, in a very confusing place where she knew exactly what she did, and then they're now on the other side of that crisis, and the ex is all the way into the past tense. But then she knew.
It still sounds terrible.
That's what I said. That's what I just said. Like, literally, please do not conflict what I'm saying with this is an evil act. Please.
Oh my God.
It's a complete terrible thing to happen to. But I don't think, I think majority of those 30%, majority of them are people that it's just a bad story altogether. It's like Asasi. It's like, it's Asasi. I can explain it as Asasi. It doesn't negate the fact that this is a criminal behavior, But it's not as simple as, all along you didn't want to marry this person, you went back to your ex. No, it's not that simple. It's confusion at best,
I mean, what makes you feel like that's okay for you to do?
Which one?
That's what I'm saying. Like, what makes you feel like it's okay for you to go sleep with your ex, have babies, and keep that baby in your husband?
Yes, there's something is off. There's obviously a reason, some kind of valuable reason why you want to stay with your husband too.
You want to stay married.
Stay married. So it's not as simple, Sha. But we can keep it as simple as Baba confusion, like village people doing somebody really badly, like juju type of deal, Yeah. It saved everyone from problem like fraud. Yeah, it's like asking. It's like saying people like instead of cheating, you just leave. I was like, yeah, it's not that simple. Yeah, like cheat before, leave before you cheat.
DNA should be
This one is what you should read. You're reading delayed. Okay.
Oh.
This one we're on.
Oh, okay.
You know this is like what if I don't play with any damn ex. My husband is the closest person to me after God. Even greetings I know they do with the ex. That's a blessing. I want you to see that as a blessing.
Yeah.
All right. I want you to see that more as a blessing, more so than
Stolen me taste better.
more so than righteousness. And this is also a good point. Stolen meat tastes better, especially if you're in a very confused place in life, especially if you have all types of questions around your husband being in that marriage, or your wife being in that marriage. If you're in that space, for sure, stolen meat will taste better. So why don't you just tell them and just leave? See, you get it to marry. Stolen meat will taste better in that funky place. Okay. She said, oh, hell no. Even when I was single, double date was not my thing. That's a blessing. That's more of a blessing.
Sometimes these days, you see women talk about cheating and dating like they are men.
Like double dating.
Yeah, like
that's not, I don't want us to mix it up. That's not relevant to this topic at all, right? That's not relevant to this topic, right? The sexual liberation is what you're talking about.
Yeah.
That's not relevant to this, okay? There are married women. I want you to get this through your oblongata. There are married women and married men in a very funky place. And if a low-hanging fruit shows up, they might be just too weak.
They'll be vulnerable to
vulnerability. Vulnerable sounds better like it, right? They might just be too weak. It doesn't make it right. What I want you to pay attention to in this space of this conversation is, if you're good, this is what I always say, if you're going to be intentional, I want you to be intentional about your emotional intelligence. That part. Not emotional about righteousness. Okay? Because if you were Jesus, we won't be having this conversation. It won't be necessary, right? If you were just holy and you can...
Even Jesus got to a point and said, God, take this cup away from me. Because
Jesus.
This cup is too... which kind of cup is this?
A lot of these conversations come from a place of when people end up in crisis. That's when it becomes questionable. When you have a husband that's your best friend and that's your closest friend, this is not relevant to you. Why are we talking about paternity fraud? Right?
That's crazy.
It's not relevant. Why are we talking about you talking to your ex when your husband, your wife is your homie, your lover, and your friend? You're in love. At least in and out every other day. At least. Right? There's no space. There's no room for ex. Because that takes a lot of energy to have to manage an ex. Right? So, again, we're not talking to serial cheaters or people with serial cheater situations. We're talking about situations that happen to good people, but they end up committing complete fraud, criminal behavior. Maybe in the business world, an example would be you're in real estate, and I'm not saying for personal, but I've seen it's kind of personal because I've seen friends got into this problem, colleagues, and you close one deal, that what they did to close that deal was kind of wrong. But you're like, you know what? I don't like that. That kind of shady. I don't want to be in trouble. But that money was so easy.
It was easy money, but it was one that will come back and haunt you.
Yeah, but it's so easy that it makes you a little bit numb to the come back and haunt you reality. Right?
Come on.
So
I'm not sacrificing my freedom for nobody. Not even for that kind of money.
See, it's the freedom that you're afraid of losing, not because you're righteous.
Not staying in itself,
right?
Waiting.
So there's a difference. So when you're in a space that you have a husband who is your best friend, you don't want to do anything that will sabotage something stupid, right? That will sabotage that. It's easy to think is you being righteous. No, it's the freedom you don't want to lose.
It's the fear of losing my freedom.
Yes. But if that money comes so easy, stolen meat, remember the stolen meat thing, right? If it comes so easy to the point that ease is numbing, that that moral compass, right? You might just say maybe one more time. It's not my business anyway. It's not me that did it directly, you know. And then before you know it, you're not completely numb, and you can become an accomplice, conspiracy. You can end up in jail.
Really, especially in this America, it's so easy.
Or you end up committing paternity fraud, right?
So easy.
These are part of the conversations we're not having, that most people are not having, right? So is that justifying it? No, I'm saying if you're going to be intentional, make sure you had intentionality around emotional intelligence to it. That's all I'm saying. Okay, that will give you a better chance of being quote unquote righteous if that's possible. Right. I know of a person who married a second wife because the first didn't have male child at the time, but second wife had 4 kids, and the 3 first boys are of ex, and the last daughter is only for husband. Well, if your man cannot, if he spread himself too thin, that's possible. That's very, very possible. If you
marry a woman because you think she's gonna give you a male child, that woman will go outside.
He will give you a male child.
That male child.
He will give you a male child
just
for sure.
Just to secure position.
You know,
and these are some of the problems.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
He will give you a male child. That's what you want, right? Yeah.
Wow.
That's what you want. Let's complete this thing though, because almost.
Yeah. Hello. Can you hear me, sir? I can hear you. I can hear you, ma. I can hear you.
Please, when can I call you back, please? I don't want to lose my home. I don't want to lose my marriage.
Mama, calm down, ma. Don't worry. I'll be the one to call you, and then we're going to discuss. I don't want my director to know that we have this conversation or we had this conversation. Okay, just calm down. Take it easy. Just take care of your kids.
Please give me a time. Give me a time so that I can be at peace.
Ma, I'll call you back. Okay, I'll call you back and give you the time. Okay? You know this is a weekend already and it's quite late. So I'll call you back, ma. Another day, another prank. So this man reached out to me and told me that he wants me to tell the wife that he is in the process of doing a DNA test, a paternity test, and that's sincerely, I was scared when he told me. I thought it was a joke, but man, it's for real because I'm here now. He wants to know if the children are his own. So let me call her now.
Yeah, you started all over again.
She's not picking.
Yeah. Anyway.
So what would you say to a woman out there? Maybe she's watching. Her children are not her husband's.
Right.
What is she gonna do? What's she supposed to do? How can she get out of this predicament?
Well, that's a good question. Before I go back to the original question, how to ask for DNA test.
Right.
That's a good question.
Let's help some of these people. There's someone out there. That's their situation.
Yeah, if you have fear of any type, you need to face the fear. Right?
At the end of the day.
But when you're facing the fear, make sure you have adequate support system. Okay?
That's smart.
Please don't go and just face your husband and say this, that. You need a support system, a counselor, a coach, a pastor. Honestly, this is too serious. I will find, for someone like me, I wouldn't just handle this case. You know, I will find a licensed therapist. I will engage the help of a licensed therapist to help to make sure that we cover all the bases of things that need to be covered before we go and break this news. But that fear needs to be faced. Don't justify. Like, if you notice, I talk a lot about people speaking out of place of fear all the time, right? Instead of speaking out of a place of fear, you need to identify, acknowledge the fear. This is the fear. This is what's going on. In this case, you've committed this fraud. The fear is that
you're going to lose your marriage.
You're going to lose your marriage.
That's what she's saying. Out of everything, I don't want to lose my marriage. What about those poor children?
But you've lost this marriage a long time already.
The marriage is over.
Yeah. This marriage never really existed since that fraud. I want you to
Cherished Olivia said, hey, yeah, I'm almost feeling for her. I know, right? Yeah. Even me, I started to feel bad for her, but no, this is a bad thing. And it has to be fixed. And I agree with you. The reason why I won't say she should face her fear, like you said, with the husband directly, is because we don't want her to buy. You cannot tell a man this kind of.
So now I'll tell you something. We are spirits. Okay, we are spirits, and we might not be able to put our finger on it, but there might have been some disconnect at some point in time. If that man end up on Clubhouse or somewhere where they're talking about DNA, that radar is going to go higher. It's going to feel it. Okay, and if he goes and do that DNA test behind you, and he finds out anyway,
he might buy you in your sleep.
The fact that you are carrying this type of secret for so long,
it's not healthy.
There is no way it has not affected the quality of that marriage already. So you guys probably have issues already, right? Let's say in a perfect world you don't. Then in that case, there's something will trigger something, right? And God forbid he finds out by himself.
Still gonna be very bad.
So the best thing is, face that fear. What's the worst that can happen? You lose a marriage. You give a shit.
Because you're married, but you have your life, you have your children.
Who cares?
But you also could
First of all, the marriage didn't exist.
What about the kids? Let's talk about the kids now. Like this kind of impact, what it has on children.
Yeah.
Knowing that their mother just told them that that's not their father. Their father said, "What? Those are not my kids. I don't ever want to see these children again in my life."
Yeah.
That's heartbreaking for a child.
Right. So if that man, it's not that simple for that man. It's another thing that a lot of the young lame men don't understand.
To detach from the kids.
It's not that simple for him. He even after knowing that on paper these are not his kids, everything about his being, his identity, makes it real. Those are his kids. He's gonna have a hard time. It's not. There might be some exceptions out there, There may be some exceptions out there, but it's not easy for human beings to disconnect like that from their children that they spend so much time with.
Yeah. Unfortunately.
So no, it's not that simple. It will only be simple for people that maybe they are not really connected to the idea that we're more emotional beings than we are physical stuff, all that stuff. We are literally our relationships. That's who we are.
Yeah, but what if it's just that mad?
Mad? Well, mad in what sense?
I mean, I've heard
let me paint the picture of mad for you. I don't think you understand what if he's mad for you.
I've heard Daddy Free say if that happened to him, he's not taking responsibility for those.
No, let me explain mad to you. Daddy Free doesn't know what he's talking about. This is mad. He would delete everybody.
I didn't say that too, but hey.
Did you hear what I said?
He would,
He would delete everybody. That's mad.
Yeah, that's crazy.
People keep talking about this thing like it's just some physical, tangible stuff only. The madness is you know what? Delete everybody. Delete all that shit. Fantasizing about everybody is just this people on paper that can act like 1 and zeros and math. No, human beings don't work like that. That's mad. So no one should be fantasizing about what it looks like for a man to be mad who just said, I will never take care of my kids. Don't fantasize about that. This is completely a terrible, terrible, terrible act that can destroy generations.
Yeah. Unfortunate. It's unfortunate.
So that rhetoric coming from a Daddy Freeze or anybody or some 23-year-old on the internet is absolutely dangerous. It's a dangerous thing. Oh, those are not my kids, unless he doesn't have any relationship with the kids.
If it's not
in which case it wouldn't matter.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
If it mattered at all, it's not simple as, oh, those are not my kids, I won't take care of them anyway. No.
That's true.
Shout out to Dedu. I still heard him saying, oh, I got some babies, and he still said it because he's connected to them.
Yeah.
And there's a lame weirdo on the internet who's saying he's just a simp. No, you're stupid. You don't know anything about life.
He has a relationship with those kids. It's not easy. This guy can may God not give any of us in Jesus' name.
That's why this is not something to play with.
No, it's not.
That's the more reason why this is not something to play with. Imagine the amount of anger you're feeling as a young man, 29 years old, who is hearing this and you're like, Jesus Christ. Imagine anger. Imagine the anger that the person who is actually happening to will feel. You think it's as simple as, no, I won't take care of those kids. No. So you can't use one problem to fix another problem. You can't keep talking about this like this is some kind of on paper type of thing alone. It's not. That's not gonna fix it. We need to talk about it holistically. Like, how does this actually affect lives, including the children, like you said? How does this affect lives? Now, what I just said, somebody just interpreted it as fear. And like, oh, well, I need to ask my wife for DNA test then.
Then after the fact,
well, sure, but remember what she said earlier on, much longer. There's consequences. So your problem is not going away because you found out that they are suddenly your babies. That's not the end of that problem. There's a reason why you were able to tag on. You could relate to this topic so much that you feel the need to do that. And that reason is deeper. I know you're thinking like, what else could be deeper? No, it's deeper than the DNA test. And that's all going to rise to the surface and you're going to have to deal with that too. And she might be like, you don't trust me. I don't trust you either. You could have decided to delete me at night because you felt like I'm not going to stay in this marriage. Don't be shocked if that consequences come too. So you have to be ready. There's a lot. It's going to cost you a lot, right? If you do have the question and is that strong, I believe that question needs to be answered too.
Oh my God. Nata said, share we dey see for America every time. I remember that show, Maury's show.
Which
I don't
one?
know if you ever saw that
Where
show.
did you see that? Oh, okay. You're mad early. You didn't
The
show up here
Maury
yet.
show.
Right.
And they will go, his nose is like my nose. No, his nose is like your nose. His eyes are like your eyes. Even his pee-pee is like your pee-pee.
Doesn't come.
And then they bring the paternity thing. It's like, he's not the
99%.
I used to be so
not
shocked.
the father.
I used to be so shocked.
We gotta be careful with this kind of topics.
It's
If we're going to talk about it, let's not just talk about it on the surface level.
Yes.
And then the people will end up in the, and then they'll be yielding returns on their insecurity investment, and they were like, well, after all, we found out these are our kids. Can we just get over it? Please come back up. No, it's not that simple. But I agree. If the question is heavy on your heart, the question needs to be answered. Face your fear. You, the man, too. Face your fear. Just say, hey, babe, I don't know.
There has to be a good reason.
You will have to forgive me. I don't know why I'm feeling this way, but I hope you can find in you to forgive me. I want to do DNA test of the babies. Okay? This comes back down to don't have unrealistic expectations around this. Okay? If you know what I'm about to do, right?
No.
if she's not hiding something, why is she afraid then?
No, it's not about that. It's not about.
Okay? If you talk that way, add up.
Oh my God.
You're completely disconnected from our reality and this thing we call human experience. Okay? It's not that simple. Okay?
It's sad.
If she has something she's hiding, like the young lady we just heard, well, like I said, you needed the answer anyway. So at least you'll find out the answer, but you're still not going to escape the emotional damages that this is going to. So what am I saying? Ola, why are you on the fence?
They always say that. Just when you're able to reason, right? People call it on the fence. That's what I think it is. They want you to be angry.
Yeah.
Open Floor by Tima said Daddy Freeze talks out of what he experienced, either in his childhood or during his last marriage. Absolutely. And I'm actually a fan of his show. Like, I watch him sometimes, but when he's talking, I'm like,
I watch him too.
I'm like, he needs healing. That's how I actually feel bad for him, because I feel like he hasn't healed. Yeah. And he's in another marriage. And I actually feel sorry for his wife, like, because some of that energy.
Yeah, the prayer is that they don't end up in crisis. Because if they end up in crisis, that energy will come out.
It will come out.
To come out badly.
His wife.
Yeah. And it doesn't have to be. The problem is that it won't be crisis about DNA or any of these topics. That's very common. It will be something very from a blind spot.
Yeah.
But basically, he will handle it with the same mindset and it will backfire.
Because it seemed like a very petty guy. Oh my God. I'm like, hey, child.
And then oftentimes, there's pettiness going on, and to you, you're not being petty, but the other person is receiving it as petty, and they might receive it for years. One day, they will pull the rug from under you. And then you'll be like, where did that come from? Well, blind spots. From the blind spots, Daddy Freeze talks out of what he experienced. I'll make you read here. You're looking at the wrong screen.
Read, baby.
No, but you're looking at the wrong screen. You're looking at the delayed.
Oh, okay.
Okay, that's fine. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, Kumara. Uncle, do your DNA. This is, I'm not on the fence. This is precisely what I'm saying, Cherish. Do your DNA, but if you do,
you must collect. I'm giving you. Look, I'm giving you. I'm giving you the same energy.
Yeah.
Because you doing that, you've disrespected. No, you don't know what it means for a man to actually question you like that. That means like you're the bottom of the bottom of the bottom of the hill. That's
yeah. If you didn't commit anything.
If you didn't do anything.
The response is different if you committed something, in which case
then you deserve it.
You deserve it, but he's not gonna escape it too. He will collect too. Just because he found out doesn't mean, and he's right. Just because it's right doesn't mean he won't collect, right? But it's gonna be mad. Either way, if you have this question in your heart, make sure that it's not coming from a place of insecurity. Okay, if it's coming from a place of insecurity, it's not a crime. It's just what it is.
It's not a crime,
but there's consequences.
But make sure you're not being an insecure mumu.
Yes.
Because it's a mumu move.
Yeah. And if you find out, if it's insecurity, right? And you find out, remember, insecurity is not a crime. If you find out that they were all your kids, right? Now your wife will serve you serious breakfast. Premium at all types of. Because think about it. If you don't trust her, you can harm her, and she can't trust her. I
can't trust you either.
About this topic. It doesn't make sense to think that, after all we find out is so it should be good. No, what I'm saying is you have this question. It's already too bad for you. It's just bad. So I would just face the fear. If you're a woman and you know that this is possible, get some support and face this fear. Square is better. The other side of it, because you're also tampering with your own quality of life with this level of secret, right? You can't have peace of mind if you have carrying this kind of secret.
There's no way you have peace. How do you have peace?
You can't.
With that.
You can't. And how do you ask? The main topics, how do you ask? So how would you want somebody to ask you? We know they are going to collect, right? But how would you want somebody to ask you this crazy ass question?
I can't fathom it.
You can't think of it. Okay, Tima, Embassy, I bet help us. You said you don't mind. How would you want them to ask? Just ask, nigga. just ask, right? Just move. I would say get support. Okay, even man, if you want to ask this question, this is a question that goes deeper than just the paper.
That's your therapist.
Yeah.
Engage your pastor.
Before you ask, engage a counselor. Engage. If you're a man, the coach and the counselor will do. Your pastor will do, because they might help you assess situation and say, why do you have this doubt? Where is this coming from? And then they'll be able to say, you know what, that's what you're giving me is not enough. Just because some lame ass 22-year-old on the internet is talking, it's not enough. When we had that together with everything that you've experienced, don't tamper with your marriage in that way, And
if you have solid receipts of your wife cheating on you, feel free by all means.
You will share with your pastor first before, and then they can help you assess that situation in that way. But the idea that, you must have been moving mad, that's why it's asking, not necessarily. It could be, but that's not necessarily the case. So engage. So even if they were moving mad, and talk to a counselor first, a coach first, a therapist first, and let them help you as a support system, because again, it's a very, very sensitive thing.
Yeah.
It's not this simple,
Well, baby, you didn't read Cherished.
Yeah, I'm about to go back to it now. You're not used to being here every day, so
okay. So I don't know.
I'm about to go back to it now. That marriage will definitely hit rock bottom. Yes. Yeah. People think just having that question is the rock bottom. No. Now you go further down. The rock bottom is beyond that.
Beyond it.
Yeah. But she messed up the man's life because he has to start all over.
He
will never believe
anything that comes to her.
Yeah.
Outside of buying her.
He can't believe. He will question his own identity. You destroy that man. Everything he's ever believed in. You make him start looking at women
He will never trust women
in
ever
a different
again.
way ever. It's gonna take a lot of work for him to get back to even any kind of healthy place. You will start hearing them sound like let me leave that alone. Let me leave them alone. Show with a C4. Okay, we talked about that already. I watch him too, but his energy is weird sometimes. Well, I like his show. Everything's highly entertaining now.
Yeah, he's very entertaining.
Exactly. That questioning your integrity. Real Momo move. Yeah, you be Momo.
You are a Momo man.
I feel Momo man now.
It's a very sensitive topic, honestly. I still feel like that the teamer I am today will not be offended, but that's not eliminated the consequences, whatever it looks like. Is the consequences I'm trying to spell out for this man. That's the point. You won't feel offended, but you give consequences. Wait. Nobody did you be that? You're confused. Why are you giving
Should you be that?
Why are you giving consequences if you're not offended? Right? There shouldn't be consequences. But I see what you mean, because sometimes you don't mean to be vindictive for somebody not trusting you, but it's just going to show up in your energy, because you're questioning like where would that question come from?
Where's it coming from?
That will affect your energy, right? You will have a hard time being intimate with the person that will question you, that when they've actually proven that those are his kids, right? You will have a hard time because all this question will be lingering in your head. So I don't know if, let's say like this, being offended is not necessarily an intentional decision. It's not a choice.
It's that human thing.
It's the human thing, yeah.
It's human.
Yeah. Ask how you feel. I would rather a man does it secretly. After all, you can get the kids' ear somehow. Now here's the thing with that. What do you think about that, first of all? Your thoughts?
I should never find out. Because when I find out, I will still drag you.
Yeah.
I will be vindictive. Because I know those are your kids and you still did it secretly. I guess you can do it secretly. Just make sure I don't. That's your own secret now. The day I find out.
The problem is that, see, especially if those are actually his kids.
Right.
If he goes to do it and you don't find out, it will eat him up.
Take it to your grave.
Yeah. He couldn't, obviously. So he went and pulled the air and he did it. You understand? He couldn't take any. This is a person who can't take shit to their grave. Obviously.
Well, so it's going to tell me later that, you know what?
He won't say it.
I did
it. It will show in his energy. Even if he does it secretly, that marriage is short. That's my point. Okay. So he will find out that's one aspect of the issue. He will be fine. But the real issue is not going to be gone. You know what I'm saying? It's like a person go digging through phone and they dig into the phone.
I feel like
they don't find anything.
Yeah.
They're still not okay.
Snooping never stops.
Yeah.
Once you start, it never stops.
The reason why they have this question is deeper than the answer to a DNA test.
Yeah.
And they won't stop until they destroy that marriage. Most likely not. Okay. Not just finding the right answer. They would think they will be happy, but again, it's not that simple. It doesn't mean if you have the question, don't find out. Do what you got to do, but you should have proper expectations. Manage your expectations. Understand that there are consequences, which is not necessarily a negative thing. It's a question that you need to answer, right? But there's going to be, you have to rebuild back from scratch again. That marriage has to be rebuilt back from scratch again. Yes, after you find out that, after all, they're your babies. There's trust issues.
There are people saying out there that maybe DNA should be mandatory. Once you have your child like this, they should just check.
That
or
one.
he's not the father.
Yeah. The problem with that is that who's paying for those tests?
Okay. Those are expensive.
The government don't really give a hoot about your family issues,
they don't.
Unless there's money to be made from it. Okay, that's why people get dragged in the court of law. They pay fees, they pay lawyer fees, they pay court fees. There's money as far as these organizations are concerned, right? Well, it's structure for our society. If you can't handle your matter in your household, they will help you handle it and charge you for it, right? So when you're saying that they should just do it, well, majority of people can't afford that test. So somebody has to pay for it. So that means tax dollars has to pay for it. The only way they will pass it to make tax dollars pay for it is that everybody has to agree to it.
Yeah.
And it doesn't sound like something that everybody will agree to. But even, let's say, in an ideal world, they actually pass it. This wouldn't be an issue anymore.
It wouldn't be. Then it would be normal.
It just be our norm, right? So will that eliminate relationship issues, trust issues, which is the actual underlying issues? No, it doesn't. Right.
If someone is insecure, they're insecure.
Yeah, it doesn't.
And
it will eliminate the same thing. Sorry, baby, for interjecting. It will eliminate the same thing that prenups eliminate. It will protect you financially, the paper thing.
Right.
But it doesn't protect you from that premium breakfast. The heartbreak of this old age. It doesn't really. The only thing that protects you from the effect of the heartbreak, which is what we should be addressing, is emotional intelligence, self-awareness, self-intelligence, power intelligence.
How to get what you want.
Yeah, those are the only things that will protect you on all sides. Everything else that you're mentioning that we tend to mention will protect you on paper. Yes, nobody will steal your money. Nobody will score anything against you. Nobody will commit paternity fraud against you. But those are not the real issues. Sorry, you were trying to say something.
I forgot.
Oh, that's why it's so terrible to interject people.
40, I just start forgetting things sometimes.
Oh, no.
I have to write them down.
Don't tell these people you're 40. You look like 21, baby. Stop.
Well, I'm not. I'm 42. Sir.
Oh Lord.
I'm embracing my age.
Ask out of everything I've been through in my life, asking for my kids' DNA would not be the worst. Yeah, that's that numbness we're talking about. That's that numbness. I get you, Tima. But there's a good chance that kind of man will not make it into your life too, because of the same numbness. If he's that flaky and he's insecure, you will probably won't tolerate him.
Yeah, because some people. What I was gonna say is some people. That insecurity, you don't even have to do anything to them. Once they are insecure, they will just
you don't have to be wrong. Everything. They will drag that marriage and relationship to the mud for the last.
They're insecure.
And you're not capable of helping them. At that level I'm talking about. We're all insecure in certain mild ways.
Things, but some people are extremely insecure. Yeah. Extremely. They are always the victim of insecurity. Like, okay.
Somebody said, most men will actually do it secretly. I know how men think. Yeah, they will do it secretly, but when I go still collect.
Because they understand. No, the reason why they also do it secretly is because they don't, if it backfires, they don't want to lose the peace in their home.
Yeah. But I'm willing to bet my monthly livelihood on it that after they do it secretly, the problem no leave. It will just not be DNA questions. It will be other type of questions. He just doesn't trust himself. Yeah, and that's not a crime either. Okay.
Yeah.
Ola, the consequences is not going to be from me. Feel offended, but from his actions. Yeah. We're saying the same thing. One way, shape, form, or the other, he go collect. But let's do this, right? We have one more, maybe one more.
We do. Oh yeah, sure.
All right, we have one more. Before the babies start coming through those doors. We have one more to cover. Please, if you're watching this later, please leave a comment, questions, anything like that. Your opinions, one of your opinions, because we want to know how you're thinking about these topics,
Yeah, but this is a very serious thing that needs to be, I don't know, there needs to be a solution for this kind of situation.
The solution for the paternity fraud?
Why women feel the need to
I think
keep another person's child to another person. Like, where did we go wrong with this?
I think would you consider Nigeria and Jamaica third world countries?
They are third world.
I think the solution is kind of attached to the same factors.
Yeah.
Yes. Same factors. Okay. I think there's a reason why a typical woman in the first world, Western world, is less likely to commit this fraud.
Excuse me. Those people are Mauritian.
We're talking about the percentage, not 30%. We're talking about 30%
you're talking
part.
about the high.
Right.
Please, these people are not saying over here.
Just because, listen, babe. Just because it's not 30% doesn't mean people are not doing it here. We're talking about there will never be a world where it's not committed. We're talking about the percentage, right?
It's too high.
It's too high. So the same reason why they're number one, number two is I think there's a correlation between that and the economy status of that country. And if you go and fix the wrong problem and you go just collect. First of all, none of you in Nigeria and Jamaica want to pay for somebody else's DNA test. So let's all stop the cap altogether. But yeah, we'll be right back. All right, welcome back. Honesty with your partner in marriage. Let's talk about honesty. I want to play this video. You don't know what video I'm about to play, but I think you know. Okay. It's actually fresh. You posted it today. Oh. You record that video? You probably forgot now. There's so much going on. One? The blind date one. Here you go, the blind date one. Even myself, I had to remember. That's the only video I posted today. Yeah. Let's play it for the people. Again, go follow Lola and Ola. If you want to see content being reposted that she's laughing at and enjoying every day, go follow Lola and Ola on IG. And then all right, let me read. This is a real demonstration of a mumu. This is a mumu man. Mumu man. Let's go.
You see, look at her now. She's fat. And you know some of these fat ladies, if they know they bath well, they will get body odor.
Wait, me, odor? Are you for Jesus? If I'm in any relationship, my man should love my body size first.
Yeah, so ladies and gentlemen, it's another edition of Blind Dates. Trust me, I know a lot of persons must have been complaining, saying when I bring some persons up, they are not compatible. It's not my fault. I don't know these people. They just chat me up for partner, you know. And at the end of the day, I match them. If they don't like themselves, it's not my business. But I believe I tried my best to make sure I selected two matured minds, and I hope this is going to work out between them.
So here's going to be the work for you as we go through this video, right? Disengage yourself from the right and wrongs of the video. I want to think a little bit deeper than right and wrong. Okay, let's keep going.
Send a message. Don't just say hi. Send a message introducing yourself and your picture. Then I'll know what you want. So for the meantime, let's see how this goes and if this is gonna work out. So far, just turn. Hi, just turn, please. Yo, hi. Turn now. Look at the person now. Why you come close? Why you know they smile now? Do you like him? Look at him very well. Do. Look at him.
Yeah, I do.
Be audible now.
Yeah, I do. I like him.
Look the person now. No spoil my. So what's up? Do you like him?
Yeah, I like him.
So, like, is he your kind of man?
Yes, my kind of man.
From 1 to 10, rating?
7.
7. Why?
He's just cool. He looks responsible.
Yeah. What's your kind of man?
My kind of man is someone that is responsible, someone that is cool, someone that will just love me for who I am, not for what I am or whatever.
Are you single?
Yeah, I'm very single.
Cool. So, Chama, how far? Come close, please. So, you don't see him now.
I like Koboko yourself. I mean, now, when I say I need a babe, I need a slim girl now.
A slim girl? But
yes,
you just said you needed it.
No, now, look how far she is now. I mean, look at it. Even see her breast. Even see how she dress. Like, she never even born, she dey dress like this.
So what's the problem?
See, the truth is, Koboko, when I told you I need a girl, I need a very slim and, you know...
Wait. First of all, before we continue, right? Keep in mind that she likes him. Premium breakfast.
Terrible.
Loju Pali, before we even get started. Let's go.
Agile girl, you know, smart girl. So that if we get picking, the picking goes smart, you know.
So what are you trying to say?
No, what I'm saying is I don't like a fat girl.
You don't like fat girls?
Yes, I don't like. I like them slim, you know. I mean, if it's okay, check them now. If I marry this girl now, she can eat. Just look at her now. She look like someone that can eat too much. I don't think she's even doing exercise. Akoboko now, you know, try.
Man, I'm sorry. So, It's not my fault. What do you have to say to this? Like,
I don't understand. What do you call fat?
She does not understand.
Wait.
Not be juju be that.
Oh my. She doesn't understand. Did you say
She's asking a legit question. What do you call fat?
Oh, beauty.
There's different kind of fat people.
Okay, all right. I'm not going to say anything.
Levels,
I'll let the ladies in the chat help us.
Hey, nonsense.
Legit
Just
question. Voila. Let me continue.
Terrible.
And why do you think when someone is fat, the person is lazy? I don't.
Wait. If the first question is such a valid question, there's no need for the second question. Wait.
Baby, that's a terrible stereotype. That because somebody's fat, they're lazy.
No, but why are you asking the second question if you're not fat?
She's big bone.
The first question should be by itself. What do you mean by fat? We should stop there and get the answer to that.
What do you mean? She did ask that. He didn't answer.
She answered by herself?
No, he didn't answer.
He didn't answer. So wait for the first answer now before you continue. Right? That's what I'm trying to say. Like, what do you mean by fat? Right? Let him explain that. Now, what makes you think that
guy is mean? To be honest with you.
Yeah, all right.
It's horrible.
Remember the topic. Let's get back to the topic here, right? The topic is honesty with your partner in a marriage. Okay, there's a bigger conversation around this, right? Let's continue.
I understand you. Like, I was thinking you were someone we're going to stay together. I was thinking you were someone that I was going to love. But look at what you're saying. Like, can you create somebody? I don't understand. Like, what do you call fat? Have you looked at?
She just asked again, but she didn't wait for the answer. She's going to ask another question. I'm not being mean to her. I'm just trying to highlight that she clearly she's caught up in her emotions right now.
Of course, somebody just called you fat in your face. Come on now, let's be realistic.
All right. I promise you, the lesson is much bigger. Okay, the lesson is much bigger. I promise you. Okay, but it's funny. I'm actually laughing out at the guy. Okay, you'll find out that he seems surprised. That's what I'm laughing at. Okay,
that she's responding.
Yes. If I tell a woman she's fat and she responds this way, I'm not surprised. But there are more than enough modern men that are surprised because they think I'm speaking the truth.
Brutal honesty is not kindness.
But let's continue.
At yourself very well. Have you looked at yourself very well? You're not perfect either. So I don't understand what you call fat. I don't know what you're even talking about. What do you call exercise? Is it my fault that I'm like this? I'm not even fat. I'm just busty. So I don't understand. What's your wala?
You do exercise normally.
Sorry.
What did you say?
She's big boned.
She's big boned.
Yes.
If I tell, okay, let's put ourselves on test before I continue that video real quickly, right? If I walk up to, yesterday Sharon was here. I said, Sharon, you look beautiful today. She said, today.
Abby, because what are you trying to say? That she wasn't beautiful yet?
Because I didn't see Sharon. When was the last time I see Sharon?
Well, you should know that's how women.
Okay, all right. That's the point I'm putting out of this, right?
Today.
All right. So now again is. All right, let's continue.
Continue for your own good.
You don't.
See, Koboko, to be honest to you, it's not as if I don't appreciate that she likes my kind. But see, I'm of age. I've come of age. I can't take what I don't like. See, to be honest to you,
you never said you don't want a fat. You just said you need a responsible woman.
Fine, but look, okay, I have body and she has body. You understand? Well, okay, what if we have?
Let me do proper shout out. Shout out to comedian Koboko. Okay, who's the owner of the video? Somebody said the host is annoying.
Yeah, he is.
Nati said she's articulate though. Yes, I do think she is articulate. She is. So again, who I'm laughing at is not her. I expect a typical woman, right, to respond
the way she is
with more with the reality of how emotions play out more.
Yeah,
I expect that. I'm laughing because there's so many men who are shocked when you ask him the question like, what is fat? Like, nigga, that's fat right?
Baby.
Right? The way they process is like, what do you mean? What is fat? Are you trying to tell me you don't know what fat is, right? This dynamics is the funniest shit for me.
He's too brutal with his honesty.
Yes.
It will never last.
That's why we're talking.
It is right now. It will never last. Are you kidding me? You can't talk to women like that.
Now let's talk about the expectation of the lady. She came on a blind date. Look, let's be honest. Can we be honest for a second? Okay, just 1 second. Okay.
Brutally or with kindness?
Lady, I want permission. Somebody permit me to be honest first before I continue. I'm crying.
Because you're laughing so hard.
Oh, Lord. All right. So, she came on a blind date. Okay. Ladies, would you go on a blind date even if you're, what did you call it? Not fat. What did you call it?
Big bone.
Okay. If you, because I still can't say big bone. If I call a woman big bone, I'm probably going to still get the same reaction. So, stop the cap.
Oh, you can call her fat with a P.
How would you know that? I have H factor. You wouldn't know if it's P, I'm saying.
No, you're fat with a P. You say that.
Oh, I say you're fat with a P.
Yeah.
I'll actually spell it out.
Yes.
Hey, Tommy.
P-H-A-T.
We're live, okay? We're live. Right?
P-H-A-T.
P-H-A. So I say you're P-H-A-T.
No, you're fat with a P.
Like if I say you're big boned, will it still work? Right? Anyway, let's continue. Because again,
just tread lightly.
Me?
Read the room.
I know where I'm going. The only way you'll be offended here is if you don't finish the video. that's I know where I'm going. I'm actually laughing at him and all the modern men out here who think just telling the truth is all they need to tread through life. Like you said, tread lightly. That's a good point, actually. It's coming back around.
Now.
It's circling back around.
Look, Yoruba people will say, oju onika mefa.
That's a fact.
You don't tell someone to their face
Yoruba proverb has
that
so
they
much
look
wisdom.
like this. It's stupid.
Yeah. He's surprised.
I don't understand why. Does he not have women in his life? Who has he been dating?
All right, let's continue.
It's an awkward
Children
person.
now, they were all full everywhere and be eating food like, So this is not what I need. Like I said, okay, just look at her now. To be honest to you, see, look at her now. She's fat. And some of these fat ladies, if they know they bath well, they will get body odor.
Wait, me, odor? Are you for real? Are you for real?
Wait, Koboko.
Who are you to talk to me that way? Are you mad? Are you insane? Is something wrong with your head?
Okay, Koboko, you see what I'm saying? So that means if I put this one in the house, she will fight me.
You are very mad for calling me this one. Can you create someone? Look at this guy. Who do you think you are? Who the hell do you think you are?
But you were supposed, fine. Now, I'm even complaining that you are fat. You slap me.
Are you God? Can you create somebody? Can you create somebody? Wait, Koboko, see, I hate some things like this. Please don't ever
I should be the one hating it. I should be the one
Look at this one. Look at this one.
Wait, because I've not
why did you
slapped
slap him?
Okay, look at my face now. Slap.
See, Koboko, you see?
No, they're not the
slap.
I know.
No, okay, because she has body now, she think if I marry her, she will fight me in the house.
Hell yeah.
See, look, Koboko.
You don't have what?
I still remember what I said.
You don't have.
I don't like a fat girl.
Whatever. To hell with you.
Koboko, to tell you the truth, this girl no go fit knack.
To hell with you.
Why?
This girl no go fit. Look,
To hell with you.
So she slapped me herself.
So you're not do you like man? Which one? I know they like all these guys. How will I even know you don't? Sorry for the slap.
See this.
I'm sorry.
I'm disappointed. See,
I know. Wait
no,
now. Sorry. I know. I never even expected this. I swear to God, I'm sorry about the slap. Sorry, say I laugh, but you wouldn't have slapped him. Now.
It's the story about the slap.
I'm trying to correct him. Why would he judge me
by slapping me?
Yes, I did not create myself. I did not make myself.
So do you think if you're in a relationship and your man tries to say what you don't like, you slap him?
Nah.
If I'm in any relationship, my man should love my body size first. That's the first thing before any other thing. So you don't come to judge me because I am like this. Okay, what about him that is short? What about him that is short? I've seen guys that are way taller. But I didn't go for all those things. I'm not going for looks. I'm going for love. So I don't understand what you're trying to say.
Even if I will have even any atom of love, not for this kind of girl. Okay, look how she is.
Please,
Sorry, I'm sorry. It's okay.
I'm just trying to keep my cool. This guy is making me angry right now. I'm just trying to keep my cool.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. So as it is, at the end of the day, this will not work for you.
How will it work?
It's not working for you.
I don't want him.
You want someone else.
I even regret coming here.
I'm sorry. Yes. Not be my fault. You said you wanted a matured. Is it not matured?
He's not matured in
See,
thinking.
Maturity is for me to say my mind.
Is not
maturity is me saying my mind.
He said his mind.
I said my mind.
And I'm sorry I gave you. And I don't know. You only said you want a matured lady. You want somebody you feel like a wife.
And you have mature.
I feel she has all those qualities from what she told me. And she said she wants a responsible man. Not look.
See, she would have understood what I'm saying. You should have understood what I'm saying.
I'm sorry.
I don't want to pretend.
I'm sorry.
I don't like
remember, he doesn't want to pretend.
No, he's a brutally honest guy. That's not smart.
I was gonna ask when I said honesty, right? If you were a big boned woman like this, off of your permission, to be honest, right?
Right.
Would you dress like this? Would you dress up like this to a blind date?
Well, I'll be a baddie, you know.
Even as a big bone, right?
Yes, look, and I know.
So we can all stop the cap already.
I know a lot of big girls that when you see them, you're like,
people want to smash.
Fashion, everything is on point.
So it's not even about being big, really. It's not really about being big, but
still, he has no right to call her fat to her face.
That's true. Yeah.
I enjoyed that slap.
Yeah,
to be honest with you, even though I'm not an advocate for violence.
Yeah,
but it was served what it deserved.
Oh Lord.
Pretended. I say my mind the way things are.
It's no why.
And she slapped me. For what?
He's still surprised that got slapped.
See, I'm just respecting this thing because I would have slapped back.
See this
How can she slap
Please
me?
don't ever call me for this kind of person next time.
Okay.
How can she slap me now?
I don't want to lose my cool, please. I don't.
She said she doesn't want to lose.
Just what I said. She slapped me.
You guys should not just. So on the comment section, guys, what do you think? I don't know. I'm sorry. See, no vex. I'm just this. I see no work with the vex.
If what you know, you
give you. How will I even know the people? I want know.
How you go slap me?
So you want slim girl? What if I bring slim girl with the saucy?
Okay.
Not be to the point of.
Oh, so he's saucy.
He wants a spicy girl. A slim spicy girl.
No, the person will slap you on the. You say what she don't like.
That's a good point. The host is
I know he said the truth. He said
there's
consequences of your truth.
You have corrected me with love, not saying it.
It's true.
How you correct that with love, Auntie? You should. Anyway, let's continue.
You should never have said that.
No, you should not say shit. Period. They wouldn't correct with love.
You wouldn't have called her fat. Oh, this is not my type.
That's it. That's not correction, though.
I'm sorry, you're beautiful, but
listen,
you're not my type. Like, there are ways that you say these things.
Baby, I want to highlight something. She said you should have corrected with love. This is that point where you don't listen to women. Don't correct her. Just don't say anything. Okay? This is not your cup of tea. I'm not interested. I appreciate you coming on a date.
I'm not interested. You're saying somebody smell like body odor. Come on.
Body odor. Not odor. Odor. Body odor.
He deserved that smell. He did.
You say, I have body odor. Are you in my body?
I can't pretend to love who I don't love.
To know.
Why should I pretend?
You should be more mature. You
I know how I make
this guy not get body.
You don't talk anyhow, please.
Body odor.
Even if you have what if you have a slim girl and the slim girl smells?
But not
to sit on you. Not be by body that they smell. Slim girl. I don't meet slim girl with their body odor.
Okay.
Yes.
Do you know what I'm feeling now? The kind of
sorry. I'm sorry. So guys, on the comment section, just let me know what do you think about them, because it will not work. If you like her, if you like chubby ladies, I don't mind. Can I give your number out to anybody that likes?
Yes.
Cool.
She said
so
yes.
You two not to find you.
See, arrange me a very smart girl. Somebody who's,
I'll work on something. And if you're a slim girl and you feel you like him, you let me know in the comment section.
I'm a graduate.
No vex.
I'm learned.
So who is not a graduate? I don't understand.
He's a graduate. She speaks better than him.
Thank you so much. Thank you for watching. Just share this video. Thank you guys. Thank you.
She speaks better than him.
She's way
so I don't know. I'm a graduate, Baba. What are you talking about? What are your thoughts before I go into my own thoughts?
My thoughts are, he's a very rude man. Very, very rude. And someone like him can't stay married because he will upset his wife. They don't want to serve him premium breakfast after sitting on his face.
Yeah, even if you manage to get married, maybe you're rich enough and you manage to marry and you're speaking truth, right? You'll be served breakfast eventually.
Come on now.
Yeah, even worse, she would have left long before she actually pulled the trigger on the divorce, if she ever does. Or she could just keep collecting your money, and I don't want to excuse paternity fraud, but even worse, you're living a lie, basically, you know. So yeah, it's this honesty of a thing is confusing for a lot of people.
Which honesty? It's honesty. It's just like people that tell you. People will tell you, "I'm just a blunt person." No, you're a very rude person.
You're just a rude person.
You don't talk to people like that.
I'm blunt. No, you're
Words
rude.
can cut.
Yeah.
Don't do that. It's wrong.
There's an extremely high chance that you're just a rude person.
Very rude.
If you think you're blunt, especially self-proclaimed, self-proud, blunt, yeah,
and
you're
he's
probably
not
just
even
rude.
the price.
Yeah.
Look at him.
Yeah.
She's right. He's short. Like, he's not even good looking. What if we pointed that out?
Yep. Kathy, shout out to Kathy. She says, "Is this interview a joke?" Shout out to Blessed, by the way. I see you, Blessed. She says, "Is this interview a joke or is actually real?" Well, this happens for real in relationships.
Blind date though.
But he says a blind date. I think it could be real. There's people that will message a guy like that comedian to participate. You know. Rudeness is definitely not maturity. Emotional intelligence, not your mate. Exactly. She wore what she had. Tima, why are you doing like this now?
Tima, I'm not saying she did well. She can also package.
It's about how you wear what you have.
Yeah.
It's not about what you have. Yeah. It's about what.
She says she's busty, and I hear it.
That wasn't bust. That was mostly. Isn't it breast that you call bust?
And now breast.
But that's not breast I was looking at. What are you talking about?
I think her breast was saggy.
I didn't see the breast. What are you talking about?
Push it up.
But it's not anyway. It's not about her anyway.
Yeah, there are ways to. You have to package yourself, especially if it's a blind date. You don't know who you're meeting. Period.
Yeah, and there are women who are much even. I'm not encouraging being fat. You know, you need to be healthy. But there are women who are much fatter than that carry themselves well.
What?
And they won't. Yeah. So, but again, that's not the topic. The main topic is that a person shows up how they show up to you. You now think you want to run your mouth because in the name of you want to be honest. That's actually the topic today. His expectations that were so off. It's what I'm.
Well, it's the truth now.
The way,
yeah, you get punched for that truth.
If you've paid attention to me here, it's me highlighting that if you move a certain type of mad way, you will attract sign language. You will attract insults. It is what it is, you know, because there's a way you can show up as a respectful man to a date where somebody is even move mad, they were disrespectful. There's a way you can honorably bow out without collecting more disrespect, right? You can start by showing some self-respect, right? That man, does that sound like a person that has self-respect to you? No, he has a need to be right. He has a need to be truth. He calls it truth. It's a need to be right, okay? It's obsession with being right? And it doesn't work.
It's bringing down another woman down just to be right.
Yeah. Gracious Grace, I think the lady was just coming from work. You should leave her alone, Jerry. Voila, you know. Anything just to not hold women accountable, right?
No, I agree that she should have packaged properly. I won't tell you because, to be honest with you, there's one thing. Yoruba people will say, Benny,
how you dress, how you're going to be addressed.
You're going to be addressed the way you're dressed, period.
That's not a license.
And you know that, guys. Let's not cap. Yeah. When we're going to our parties, we go to impress. We don't just go and say, I'm just going to where I am. No, you're going on a blind date. You want to look your best. Because you want to be able to get that prize. If he is the prize. Yeah. That's not a license to be rude. No, it's not though. Because
again, like I said on the show yesterday, I said
he's not. The guy was not well packaged. Exactly. He looked like my driver.
Well, she said it
in Nigeria. I'm sorry.
She said but she liked it. Stop the car.
She said she liked it. I am saying.
Stop the car.
He looks like a driver. Are you kidding
But she
me?
liked that. Now your driver. She liked her own driver.
I'm just saying that she likes him, right? But if she happened to be me, for example, I can look at him and be like, what is this one?
So you'll be disrespectful first.
I won't be disrespectful.
You just say it's not your cup of tea now.
It's not my time.
Like, no
I'm
thanks.
sorry.
Thank you.
I'm sorry, sir. I'm not interested.
This Oga, hey, film girl, good to see you, film girl. That's one of our members. Shout out to you. She said, this Oga go remain single for a long time. No more. You don't even get moto.
Exactly.
Moto. You did run mad about even the dress to kill.
Exactly. He looked so basic.
Stop the cap.
She liked it. Stop the cap. Okay.
We're not saying that
she
like
is it your basic? Stop the cap. Saucy, spicy girl no go like this guy. See him very plain. Is this how you dress for blind?
Thank you.
Dates? Even you, gracious, great.
Stop the cap.
She liked, is it your saucy? She liked it that way. It's unfortunate that he didn't like it, but then he's a rude person. But the man is not slim himself. So what's he saying? Listen, stop the
cap.
Fuck, nothing. And
she liked it like that. She was ready to go home. Mr. Ibu will like her. Does she snore? This guy with your corny joke. Gracious greatness. Why you do like this now?
What?
Now you are shaming Mr. Ibu. This is not a license to shame fat men.
Mr. Ibu snores?
It's a sign of good living.
Oh, okay.
But I hope she snores.
Oh, wow.
If they snore, they will not kill each other. Not at night. Now you are calling her fat. I don't even call her fat.
Some snoring past some snoring.
Oh yeah, make we go hit gym. I beg, go to gym so you can live long. I beg.
Yes, sir.
Honesty without compassion is cruelty. That's a word. That's a word. That is a major part of this lesson. There's no way around it. There's no amount of truth that can negate this. The guy lacks self and social awareness. Exactly. Bottom line, the guy has no game. Yeah, he does. And you were surprised why he ends up on a blind date.
With a slap.
I'm not shaming blind date though, but there's some patterns. Go and watch this show. I might be reviewing more of it. Ready to Love. You'll see what I'm talking about. There's a reason why people end up on those shows. There's a reason. I'm sure there's some exceptions, but there's a reason.
I'm sure there's some.
Some of them are trying to get on TV. So some of them are just actors, actresses trying to get on TV.
Reality TV stuff.
Yeah. So I'll leave that alone. But you're not just doing it unless you're single too at 42. So, okay, maybe stop the caps more a little bit too.
Stop the cap.
He couldn't even toast her small for practice to thank you. Gracious greatness. That's a good point. Okay? That's a good point. Treat all ladies like ladies.
Exactly.
You don't have to end up on the altar. Treat like that's an opportunity for you to come on.
Wow.
Right? Be that guy who for the first time she's hearing. You're not telling her she's the finest girl in the world if she's not fine. That's not what I'm asking. A little compliment goes a long way. She should have, hey, wow, I like your confidence. She seems confident because she's like, I like this guy. You could just applaud that, but yeah, I like your confidence, but find something. If you can't find something, it's because you're lame. Find something you can edify. It might not be this person you're going to end up with. The same thing for ladies that think you only respect men that you like. No, that's false. Give respect because they may link you up. They might know the respect that you give men. That part. They might link you up with the person that you actually like.
Now, what does that look like? Because I feel like there's a lot of men moving around in the streets, moving mad, like you say. Like that feel like, oh no, they are entitled to respect.
Good question.
They don't respect themselves, but they want a woman to respect them. Just because you have a third leg don't mean you should be respected.
Good question. That was part of the topic yesterday when Sharon was here. Good question, right? You can't give respect if you don't have self-respect. That was the answer yesterday. The answer is that if you happen to be in front of a person by default, I'm not saying staying there for life. you should accord them some kind of respect. Not respect where you're kneeling down or you're spending extra time, right?
I think, but that's the bare minimum for most humans that are reasonable.
Yes.
But the fact that this
then also, to be clear, I'm not asking women to be telling a man who is moving mad, no, you should disconnect yourself from that situation because you can't give respect you don't have, right? That's not what I'm talking about. But I'm also not asking you, don't assume that you already know they're going to have manosphere talking point and start disrespecting and dishing them insults. No, don't do that. That's what Sheon does very well on Clubhouse. She will listen, right? But, and then some of them will end up in a DM and then she's not going to engage, right? You see what I'm saying?
Right.
In that level, no more mean. But don't give, point is that stay away from the extremes. Don't give disrespect because somebody is moving disrespectful. Don't do that. That's what I'm saying.
Because if you're a man and you're yelling in my face, I'm walking away. Because how dare you?
Yeah.
You're not about to use your power as a man to disrespect me because you feel like you're a man and you should be respected.
Yep.
Makes no sense.
But that's a good point. To improve your skills, like just how about listen? This is interesting. Oh, I find that interesting. Disrespectful man. Let me see what he has to say. Yeah, but no thanks.
No thanks.
I take back my like.
It's not like I'm looking for a man. I'm out.
I take my. Find it interesting. That's a good place to start from. That's a form of respect, right? He might not start to feel like, oh yeah, because I'm staunch, I hold my feet down. These women love me. Well, he will find out just in due time, right? But no, I think, man especially, that's who this lesson goes from. You treat all women like ladies. Right. Treat them like that. It doesn't mean you're telling her that she's fine. Like, no, it's just, it's you don't know who that person is going to link you up to. You should always be showcasing being a gentleman, a gentle, competent man. You should never be caught in the middle of like, oh no, these women. No, you sound stupid. At best, you sound stupid. Yeah. Okay. I just needed to say that really quickly to add on to what he was saying there. People already have a bad impression of people who are bigger, so her dressing that way reinforced the idea she should have dressed well. Yeah, I think that's the least we can say about her. Right? Come on. How you dress is how you're gonna be.
And you don't have to look expensive. I mean,
we can't eliminate rude people from this world.
We can't. We have to deal with them somehow. Unfortunately. So
you might be addressed how you dress by a rude person.
Yeah.
So please do make sure you're taking care of yourself. Do smell good. Listen, we're not talking about fatness, okay? That fat thing is another topic entirely. You should obviously be healthy. I don't need to teach you that. But how you carry yourself, how you dressing what complements your body type, right? That's a big deal, right? She spoke about that yesterday because she talked about the difference between her two daughters. One daughter can get away with something, the other daughter can't get away with certain things. But she had to apply patience. And that needs to be addressed.
Yes.
You know. So, hey Rebecca, good to see you.
Hi Rebecca.
She said, "Oh my God, I'm late. Hello everyone." Yes, you will watch replay. Here's the lesson that I have from that. Okay, here's the lesson. Let's bring that lesson to the screen. Use selective honesty and generosity to disarm your victim. What law is this?
No.
Yeah, so proverbial victim, but particularly if this is your partner, we're talking about you and her against the world, right? Right? So obviously, if you're talking mad about your partner in front of the world, you lack self-respect, essentially. So we're talking about, but victim proverbially, if anything, right? To disarm, what that means is to attract them, right? To attract them. Some generosity. So you have honesty. I get it. You have the truth. Clap for yourself.
Irony.
Clap for yourself. You are a truth teller.
It's a lie.
Hey.
I don't believe it.
Are we happy now? You are a truth teller. You tell the truth.
They tell the truth when it comes to what
You're right.
You're right. Okay. You are the truth teller. Okay. But you see that slap that guy just collects.
I loved it.
Wella. Right? You see that slap.
Show you what? Let me.
As long as you understand that you tell truth like that, you can collect random slaps. Proverbial slaps. Sometimes it's insults.
That's the consequences of the truth.
Yes. Okay? As long as you're okay with that, yeah, I don't mind. I stay in my own lane. If you're that loud, you mind. Let's be honest. Okay? You mind. Tell your face you don't mind. There's a disconnect. You know? There's a disconnect. Okay? There's a disconnect.
Timba is funny.
There's a disconnect here somewhere, and we need to highlight the disconnect. Okay? There's a disconnect. Your own version of truth. Yes, somebody said version of truth. That's an oxymoron. I was like, precisely. Welcome to the world of confusion. You see why you're confused? Because you're telling the version of truth, whereas truth is truth. But it's basically your bullshit that you're calling truth. That's the point. Okay? We're going to pretend we're not dealing with social beings. Just run our mouth at them. Since it is fact, let's just call it fact. No, you sound stupid, if anything. And you go collect in real life. So how do we just why do you have a need to be right? Why do you want to tell a stranger that she's fat? Are you stupid or something? You think she doesn't know that already?
The audacity.
And even worse, you were surprised. Right? Film girls, initial attraction can be lost if that person is disrespectful. The guy never deposited for her love bank and started making heavy withdrawals. That's a good point. That correlates heavily. Can we look at from the fact that they met each other at on the worst dressing day? Tima, you're trolling. Trolling.
Yeah.
This guy wants an 8 when he is just a 3.
Can you imagine?
Film girl, stop the cap. Is it your 3?
I beg.
It was at 10.
Stop the cap.
She liked it. It was at 10. She liked it. She
gave him a 7 though.
She gave him a 7. We almost even forgot about that. Right? You know, everybody's, how they say that thing. Everybody's treasure is everybody's trash. Somebody's trash is somebody's treasure.
True that.
We don't know this. We don't know where they're coming from. He could have been
That's
the 10.
true.
Maybe he's the guy that everybody likes in his village, in his neighborhood. We don't.
He's a 7.
We don't know that.
That's true.
Right?
He ain't no 7.
Yeah, we don't know that. Yep, we're almost done. Let's see here. So use selective honesty and generosity to create attraction. That's what it really means. Okay, don't get triggered by the word victim. A single honest gesture, right? Particularly the gesture part, not brutal honesty. When you're being brutally honest, the human mind focuses on the brutality. That's all it can interpret.
Yes.
Okay? Don't put yourself on a pedestal. You will fall all the time. You're a human being. The human mind will tag on to the brutality, and nothing good is going to come out of that. The honesty is in the bottle. Okay? You're being brutal because you're a brutal person. You're just rude. Okay? That's what it is. A single honest gesture, the gesture part of it, right, can help cover the traces of dozens of dishonest acts. So dishonest acts is anything you don't like or what you're attracting, right? If you just extend some gesture, right, it tells us that you understand that too, that your own version of the truth is not really truth. It's just your own filters, right? It's not exactly truth. Okay, what you see as well, that was big bone, but the point is that it's none of your business. Okay. By being generous, you can disarm even the most suspicious people. What that means is that by being generous, you will create attraction for the good things that you like, at least eventually. Okay, maybe not right now. You feel like, why is this? But again, you might maybe that's just a test. How would you treat a woman like that? Right? Did you pass the test? You remember, tests don't come from I can see everything. Expo? No. The test will come from a blind spot. Can you pass it? You know? But that's all I have. That's all we have today.
I mean, I have to share this story though. So
please, baby.
I took my kids to take your kids to work. Go to work with your parents' day.
Mm-hmm. Right. And those boys said they don't want to go with me to work.
Sorry, baby.
Anyway.
It has nothing to do
I'm
with
okay
me.
with
I
it.
promise you.
I didn't want to take them anyway.
CMV, it doesn't look good on you.
Hey, baby, we see you. Welcome.
Hi, baby.
We're live, okay? All right.
So, one guy came in, okay, with crutches.
Okay.
Right? He had someone bring him in into my chair.
Okay.
And I cut hair for a living, by the way, guys. I'm a hairstylist. So this guy stunk like a skunk.
Voila.
Like it was
That's your opportunity to tell the truth. Did you tell the truth?
No, magic. But one thing I also realized is that he's one of those people that probably lives in a nursing home, but is not being taken care of properly.
Right. They just washed them really quickly and threw them in the whatever.
Even though the smell almost made me nauseous, I sat him down. I treated him just like I would treat any of my clients.
Yeah.
I even did extra cleaning for him. Like clean his ears. There was ears. The guy had not cut his hair in 6 months. So imagine the disgusting things in his hair.
Yeah.
But I did it graciously while having a conversation with this guy. And he was so happy. He was like, next time I come here, I'm going to request for Lola. I don't like that it's
like, nah, bro.
But I'm like, this is a moment to be kind to somebody.
Exactly.
You don't know how you change.
You don't know. And like somebody said earlier, maybe that's just that day.
Maybe it's that day. Right. You never know what people are going through.
Or they could link you up with 10 additional clients.
You never.
That smell like a million bucks. You just never know.
My son, Tony, is 12. Was like, oh my God, mommy, that guy smelled so bad. But I told him, I said, look, this is what I do for a living.
Yeah.
And sometimes you gotta take the good with the bad, with the ugly, and I don't know if you know what that means.
Facts. Inside like, those sheets.
Inside the sheet now where the money do.
Yes.
Whatever you have to do, you do it graciously. And your palm, they will say, Yoruba people, sorry guys.
Yep.
I know. Yoruba people will say, atele owo eni bokin toni je. Whatever I do with my hands, I will always value it.
Right. So you should, even when it doesn't seem easy to value
nothing in life.
That's those moments of test.
I had to educate my son in that moment because I know he's young. He doesn't understand.
Which one?
Like, Oluwatoni.
Okay.
He was like, that guy stunk.
It's like me.
My son is actually sometimes could be brutally honest because I remember one time
we
went to the grocery and he was like 5 at that point. And this guy was bald and was like, Mommy, what happened to his hair?
You talking about when he was a baby?
Yeah, it was 5. I was like, why is he all bald? I said, shh. Do you want us to get our asses whooped? I can't fight though. Yeah. You don't say people are bald in public, even though they are bald.
Yep.
You have to use diplomacy in life, in everything.
Yep. Yeah. Why are you being diplomatic? Because I can see the opportunities. Are you blind?
I'm not out here to be offending people.
Are you blind? I can see the opportunity. You might be blind, but listen, I can see further than you. Obviously, foresights. Right? Seeing beyond what is the obvious in front of you. Right? That's why people will call their own opinions the truth. Right? Your opinion is poro. Anyway, wait, you want to do a last one? Real quick?
Which one again?
Because she just asked a question. I want to make it a different segment. And then we'll wrap up. Yeah, we'll wrap up. We'll be right back. We'll answer your question, I promise. Yeah, voila. Can you marry your type, Rebecca? You're late, but let's see. Can you marry your type? I will probably need to elaborate a little bit. Tima Sokwe, I will marry the healed version of me. What does that even mean? Kill me. Sister, kill me.
I have to ask you a question. You said, can you marry your type? Are you your type's type? That's another way to look at it. You can say, you're my type, but am I your type? Everybody will just be chopping breakfast.
Are you your type?
Wàhálà Nigeria don rip us so àti kó sáwọn kọlu. Wàhálà.
Are you your type?
It's a question.
Hey.
Wàhálà no dey finish.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that obviously that came up with the follow-up question. Are you your type? You know, I love your wife. Why? Okay, thank you.
Oh, thank you, Rebecca.
All right, so let's talk about this. Are you your type? What's your answer to that, baby? Give me a little more elaborate.
I don't know, because in that video, it seemed like that lady likes that guy. But it turned out that she's not his type. So sometimes, all that we are looking for our own type. Like me, I always felt like I could never marry a light-skinned person, right? But I've always liked my chocolate brothers. But the truth of the matter is, what if Olaribigbe came in a light-skinned version?
That's a real deal.
It's the inside that I'm going to fall. I will still fall.
Will I be good enough for you to compromise on that lame ass preference?
Forget that type thing.
Right.
If that person is able,
right.
If the attraction, like, and I'm not talking about physical attraction.
Yeah, attraction.
Someone can finesse
attraction
you.
at the very core of what it means.
Oh my God. You just fall for the person's voice before you meet the person, and you're like, oh my God. I didn't think I would like this kind of guy, but I actually like him.
Right.
So,
yeah.
At the end of the day, as long as
can you marry your type, and then you go, are you your type?
He shock you.
It's a question.
Oh Lord, yeah. So I think the type thingy as a thing, which is a thing now today, I think is one of the ways that people are shooting themselves on the legs. It's the same conversation around compatibility.
Yes.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah, it's the same conversation. I do believe it's a thing, and it is a thing. And I know that people are trying to say something. They have a valid, wherever that point is coming from. They're trying to say something. They're trying to fix an issue, right? Yeah. So, the compatibility thing, I'd rather talk about attraction, okay? I'd rather focus on what you like, okay? So can you marry your type? If you mean what you like as a person, absolutely. I married my type, right? Of course.
Got in trouble for itself. Can I take you back?
Don't do that.
To the singing days.
I was, that
was dragged.
That was like what? That was that was 18, 19 years ago.
Jeez.
When the world wasn't as sensitive. We had people that were sensitive at that time.
Already.
Hey. All I did was perform a song.
It was dry. Like,
me, I didn't know. I didn't expect it. Hey. Problematic colorists.
Oh my God.
I don't even know. I'm not even sure if I really discovered the word colorist until maybe another 13 years after.
I think that was 2006, to be honest.
Yeah, how long ago was that?
That was a long
It's like 17 years ago. People were ready. Anyway. So, can you marry your type? Absolutely. You can marry your type. Now, are you your type's type? That's a good question too, but I think that question shows up more inside of a long-term relationship than in the beginning. Yeah, like
later you find out that you are not your type's type.
Yeah, you're gonna hit a crisis at some point. Then you start questioning if we're ever compatible, right? And that's not really the issue. The issue is that you just hit crisis like everybody else.
Right.
The question is how are you gonna respond to crisis and conflict? Is the question you should be answering, not were we ever compatible? That's why you have like 50 kids together. You're never compatible.
After you have used me, all the good parts of me,
right?
Now you know we're not compatible.
No, you're not. It wasn't your type. You found out after like 55 kids. Stop the cap. Yeah. So a lot of people will end up in a portal, They end up with a They end up with a potopoto and they start questioning, maybe you were never really my type. Yeah. No, the type thing, I think it's cute to talk about that in the beginning when you're talking about, can I find my type, preferences. It's cute. But the issues that Thomas called in real life has not to do with type, and you're preparing for the wrong problems. I think it's cute though that you think, you can marry your type. Sure, that's not the end of the issues though. I think you should be more focused on the art of seduction and attraction. Okay.
Wait, Graciousness said his voice, he said, when I speak, my voice has made a couple of folks melt. Yeah, that's real.
Your strength. That's your strength. Who said that? Gracious. See, the Gracious said that? Gracious is capping big time.
Stop the cap.
Vincent, you see people with your voice.
I don't
Yola Dolce with his voice.
No, that works on the ladies, obviously.
It does.
But Adewale says, I am Babu. I stay in the zoo. Zazu. Nigga, I don't know what to be my type. Yeah. It's when you see, you won't know your type until you actually encounter it. I think so.
I think so too.
You can know your type look wise, but the effect of that dwindles down very quickly too. You can know your type if they carry money.
If they are rich.
If they are rich. But anything that's readily available will be taken for granted. Eventually, everything gets old. Everything. So, but your type, when you encounter them, you will know, and it will be questioned in the future too, if they were ever your type.
Right.
So if your focus is type, it's just the wrong focus altogether. I think you should focus on, if you see your type, you go for it. You learn how to seduce your type, not just seduce them into bed. When I say seduce, some people think you have to get them in bed. I'm saying you end up in a situation with them, you have game. You're able to get them to see you as type suddenly, right? Mm-hmm. They're able to like, I like something. Maybe you're respectful. You're able to pick their energy and find their mumu button fast enough, right? And now suddenly they think they're type because you think they're your type too. Well, you like what you see, right? And then, but in the long run, what does that look like? A lot of people are talking about marriage. They're not talking about seduction and attraction in marriage, and those are part of the problems.
Yes,
with marriage today.
That's real.
Yeah, meaning that I like my now better than my old self. Okay, my old self didn't have boundary and poured out from emptied cup. Yeah, when they say I knew that's what you were talking about, but when they say type, they're not thinking that far. They're just thinking what I like now, right? Yeah, and you have the frame of reference of your old self. You have experience. That's why you're speaking that way. Yeah. So I think, especially gentlemen, focus on what you like. Okay, and go for it. Right? Don't let somebody say like you your type. Don't listen to that. More that thing will shoot you on the legs. You just don't know. She might like you. Shoot your shot.
Shoot your shot too, guys.
The confidence is big. The effect of the confidence is much larger.
You have to shoot your shot.
Oh, let me make sure it's my type first. No, that's lame. Don't do that. Everybody is my type. No. Everybody that I like is my type already. Right? Whoever I think is my type already think I'm a type. That's how my brain, until they prove me otherwise.
That's confidence though.
Yeah. If they prove me otherwise, I'm fine.
When you know and you walk around like you're the shit, because you know you're the shit.
Yep.
That's when that works.
Yep, exactly.
So you can't pretend it. You can't pretend.
You have to know that you know. So it takes work. It takes if you find yourself in a place where you're questioning your self-esteem, it takes work. It might take coaching to help you highlight something that you're extremely good at. When you're zoning on the idea that you're good at something, right? Shout out to Gracious Greatness, my voice. Like if you zone in on it and you just know that you know, it's almost, you want to get to that space where it's impossible that you don't show up chips on your shoulder. Calm down though, because pride they destroy everything. But you get the gist, right?
I mean, there's a thin line between confidence and arrogance, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I've had people say to me that I move like I'm the shit. I know I'm the shit.
And I go, how did you know?
I'm not gonna. So if you say so, if you tell me,
think I'm the
shit. Lola, like you're beautiful. I'm like, thank you. I won't say I know.
No, not that. Not like
when
that.
you say I know, that's
I might joke around though. If you say something like that to me, I might just joke around. Like, how did you know? I do think I'm the shit.
No, there is the in between that is sweet. That between.
Like, oh, thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Thank you. Yeah.
It's all love.
Hopefully. Depending on where it is, right? But yeah. Ultimately, for the most part, you do. Yeah, it's confidence. Confidence is really what we're looking for. Not is your type. That's the stupid stuff floating around the internet. I've heard them too. Are you your type? Don't give a shit if you're my type.
Are you your type? Like,
what?
Oh my God.
What?
Now you're doubting yourself.
Yeah. So le fair in your beat here. Not to son you, Rebecca.
Oh wow.
Did you Google that, Rebecca? When I speak, my voice has made a couple. This guy. They drag Brother Ola with the African brother is a colorist and a dusty.
Yep.
They did though.
They dragged him.
I think it was one person. There was one person.
It was one sensitive.
There was one
girl.
sensitive person.
God.
Yeah. I can see the crumbs of dust while being an African booty scratcher. Hey, voila. Is that voila? In the modern day, I don't hear a lot of people say opposites attract. Maybe that's only for the old school mating strategies. No, it's actually the reality. It's the only way to create sexual polarity. It has to be opposites, right? In that context, right? Masculine, feminine is what creates sexual polarity. You can't. So that's another conversation.
Maybe
Similar.
It's the Gen Z now. They're calling everything out.
Yeah,
they call it all cap.
Yeah, it's cap.
But they will learn too.
They
because
will learn.
It's balanced.
Stop the cap.
They will learn. We'll wait. We're patient. I almost peed on myself. Don't pee yourself. In terms of character too. Yeah, it's so many layers to it, right? Mr. Allah, someone on Clubhouse told me that they're interested. I didn't want to get accused of being a cradle snatcher because I'm not about that life. In your voice, I've since come off Clubhouse. I was about to say, are you someone I know on Clubhouse or something?
Yes, sir. Be careful, Clubhouse. They drag somebody the other day.
The other day, every day.
Where they set him up.
Every other day at least.
Jesus.
Type can be values, mindset, interests. Yes, it's too many layers to it.
So many things.
Also, that's why I don't waste my energy on it. If I think you're my type in this moment, I'm going for it. If you say no after the fact, I'm okay with it. We move. It's all a sport. Okay, but guess what? My confidence level just went up because I just stepped to it. Abi?
That's a fact.
Yeah. Don't practice makes perfect. Don't let anybody tell you. If you like it, you like it. And that's all that's important when we're talking about preferences. When we're talking about you're not in a marriage mode. If we're talking about you said marriage already and somebody's moving like they're not compatible with you, there are deeper issues. It's not compatibility because you ended up there for a reason. Okay. Now, if we're not talking about abuse here. I beg. That's not what we're talking about. Okay. Also, a couple of other ladies have liked my voice, but I'm certainly not. If that's listen, if you know it and they've told you a few times, that's right there. Take advantage of it. I need you to know that you know that you know that you know that you know.
Yes, sir.
When you say I know, I feel that's arrogant. Yes, now.
It is arrogance.
Did you know that arrogance can be sexy? Ladies, do you know that sometimes you are attracted to toxic people because they are arrogant? Abi, am I lying?
I know you're not lying. No, our players.
I'm telling too much truth, Abi. You have to be careful. That's not exactly confidence. It's just that they're arrogant, and you have to be careful with that. Because when you end up on the receiving end of that arrogance, it's going to be bad. That's another topic that you need to be careful about. But no, arrogance eventually will fall on his face. In the Portoporo, let me find Portoporo real quick. Okay, not on his face, in the back of his head. Urination with the bowel. Women don't urinate, they pee. I'm done.
Oh my God.
We're done today.
I
We're
can't.
done today. We're done today.
I cannot. This was
Anyway,
fun.
this was fun, right? We did almost 4 hours. Jesus
See, you
Christ.
got me on lockdown for 4 hours.
Blame them.
I'm not blaming them. Blame them.
Blame
Yeah,
yourself. You
I
only
had a
come here
great
once a
time.
month.
I had an
Blame
awesome
yourself.
time, guys. It was fun.
It was fun. It was fun. We had a good time, All right. Any last words you want to offer? Anything like that?
Live your best life. Stay blessed. That's all I can tell you.
Yeah.
There's a lot going on out there.
There's a lot going on. It's rough.
Too much.
It's rough. So you might as well make sure that you engage the best part about you. Engage your strength. Don't spend too much time on your weaknesses. Don't let somebody help you spend too much time on your weaknesses. If you find a rude guy like that guy, it will help you shed light on because it's telling the truth.
Yes, so.
No, it's not telling no truth. It's telling his own version of truth, but it will become truth if you buy into it. Okay? It will become truth. Lies that you tell long enough will become truth.
You start to believe your own lies.
You'll believe it. You'll start looking at yourself in the mirror a couple more times. Is it true? Before you know it, that will consume your energy. Okay? And that's not what we want. We need your confidence. That's what we want.
That's right.
We need your confidence. People are still enjoying life and love. Please don't get it twisted.
Thank you, guys.
Don't get it twisted.
I had a great time.
Okay? People are enjoying life and love. All right. So I appreciate you all. Glad to say yes, oh my God, for hours. Yes, sir. Jordan Peterson said the reason why women are attracted to bad boys is because they cannot tell the difference. Arrogance disguised as confidence and confidence itself. Yes, a lot of time is the only thing that can reveal that.
I believe that too.
Yeah, that's so true. Yeah. Thank you, Rebecca. Thank you, Tima. Thank you, Natu.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you guys. Thank you, my brother. Gracious Greatness. I appreciate you. And I want to say a quick shout out to Cherished Olivia TV for the 35 Zaria box, or South African box. Yeah, shout out to Life with Nati for the $20. Thank you so much. Omari TV for the $20. We appreciate you. Make it worthwhile. Thank you. Thank you for everybody that showed up. All 18 of you watching us live. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. All right. Hopefully you've been enlightened and educated. We'll see you on the next one. Peace.
Your love that I've been missing. I miss all your hugs, your touching and kissing. Make love on the floor, the couch in the kitchen. One love enough, we done enough.